Set, go!
All right, welcome back to Sports Frequency. I'm here with my co-host Christian, and we're gonna start off by recapping NFL Week 4. So, super exciting week, a lot of crazy outcomes, really fun to watch, fun for fantasy as well. Figured we start with the most entertaining game of the week, the game that everyone's been talking about, the game that had the most viewership. If you haven't guessed it already, I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. I thought that was a crazy game as a Cowboys fan. Seeing that game in a tie was very interesting. I can't remember the last tie I've seen in the NFL, so there's that. But the fact that it really came down to the last second on the clock and just kind of the drama with Michael Parsons and just everything, Jerry Jones, it's always crazy on Sunday Night Football, particularly when the Cowboys are involved. Christian, watching it live, what were some of your thoughts? I'll get into what I felt watching it live in a second, but just want to hear, how do you feel about that matchup? Just kind of seeing that in real time and just the reaction from the world kind of watching that game.
Yeah, no, definitely. My first two thoughts were like, who bet the draw and who took 79.5 over? I just wanted to know who had just the in on that because it's crazy. Not only was it a tie, but it's an 80-point tie, which is crazy. I mean, they were just firing back and forth at each other. I thought it was a really good game. I think George Pickens showed up. He had 2 touchdowns. Dallas kind of was moving the ball well. It was crazy, man. I think I had like a little bit in me like that last kick with Dallas, and I was like, oh, it's gonna get blocked because I was like, there's no way. Like I just came from last week when it was like so many special teams block kick, and I was like, what else? There's no way this ends in a tie, and it just did. So, yeah, it was a good game. It's cool, man. I think you know, is it a dictation of Green Bay kind of slowed down a little bit as an offense? I didn't think they'd go in there and kind of get a run for their money that much by Dallas, and they did. And even though they like, I think Love didn't have like the best game, but he's very uh, consistent still, and Josh Jacobs is still a force to be reckoned with, on the ground. So he had a good game, but I think obviously Dallas having quite a few good defensive plays. I know they were able to fumble Love and and I mean, come on, Parsons saving that last touchdown for you guys,
Stopping Dak from getting that rushing,
yeah,
that was
huge.
impressive.
Jerry Jones right there, he was probably like, shoot, like shoot.
He's like that darn Michael Parsons. Like,
That name Martin Parsons good. He's a good football player. I'll give him that.
yeah, that's exactly how he sounded, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But no, heck of a game, man. I think you guys have had probably the two most electric games, like for a team, like when you guys play the Giants, and then this game has been pretty good. Pretty good.
you know what else? Back-to-back games in Dallas were overtime games. The Bears was on the road, so yeah, Giants and then Packers. Yeah, overtime, back-to-back.
Yeah,
Really
I
crazy.
guess you guys just play well, man. I know Dallas has to be one of those. I always picture Dallas being one of those places you go and it's like always sold out, no matter if you guys are trash. That's that season or
Yeah.
not. Like you just, have a lot of support there. Um, Obviously, like other teams like Kansas City, Philly, all these other I think Dallas is one of those, just markets that you guys have really good fan base. So people go show out, and I think maybe that feeds off the energy. But again, I've been saying it the whole time. I don't think you're a believer in your own team, but I think they're pretty decent, man. I think they're pretty good. Like
They are on
yeah,
offense. The defense is
yeah,
such, as we saw in the Bears matchup, like the defense is so bad that at any point in time, a team can just kind of score points at will. And it's like you put your offense back out there and it's like everything has to work perfectly because their defense is going to be better than ours. So I was really worried. We didn't have CeeDee Lamb. We're missing an offensive tackle. Our defense is, what our defense is. So I was definitely, thinking this would not be particularly close. But
yeah.
surprised me.
You saw Dak take one in. Dak take
Yeah,
one in for
yeah.
himself.
Well, actually, I didn't see it in real time, and that's kind of my experience with this game. So I actually went out for dinner, and I was like, I'm not watching this game. There's no need to watch it live. And as I was leaving, I saw the score, and it was like 13-2 at one point, and I was like, okay, that's odd. They got a safety or whatever. or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then later on, I checked it probably 30 minutes later. It was like we're up 16-13. This is what's going on. Like it had to be some error. Like what's happening. And then
Yeah.
obviously I tuned into the fourth quarter. I'm like, let me watch this thing live, man. Like I told myself I wouldn't, but I am. And I just watched what happened to overtime and couldn't believe it, man. I didn't know the overtime rules all the way. So seeing the game end the way that it did was actually surprising. I thought there was going to be something like a additional overtime and it's like first score wins or something, but no, it was just a straight up tie. That was it.
Yeah.
That was the end of the
Straight up
game.
draw. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how this counts for like like seeding. Like if like let's say like Green Bay wins, the division. Does this hurt them I guess in a way, maybe I don't know, but
Definitely. It would. It would. I think when it comes to this, they look at strength of schedule, the NFL
hmm
does. I don't know if they account for points, but I do think they account for strength of schedule or something. Where I have to look up NFL, like like if there's ties or something like
oh,
that. We
for
have to,
like the tiebreaker for the seed. I
absolutely,
get
yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah. I
that
think
makes
it's something
sense.
like
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, kind of shitty though, I guess. It's like a weird way. Like if you get a easy schedule and then you still get beat out in like in the match for the the seeding, and then you get beat out by like a wild card team. It'd be like sucks, man. You didn't even get to
It
kind of
does.
But I guess it's kind of take your medicine now or later. Which one do you want?
There you go. There
So,
you go, man.
but no, heck of a game, man. I'd say it's right now it's better to be a Dallas fan than a Jets fan. I'll say that.
Oh my god. We'll get into that in a second. I want to make one more comment about this particular matchup, man. Dude,
Yeah.
Romeo Dubs, or Dobbs, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but the Packers receiver that had the Guardian cap on,
Mm.
he just like stood out all game. Like it was just like
Yeah, yeah. What's
hilarious
that
to see.
bobblehead doing
Yeah,
out
it
there,
was like a
bro?
bobblehead. It was like really funny. I was like, this dude
Yeah.
really has like he's moving around like a bobblehead. So he had
That
like three
happened. When
touchdowns
did
in
that
the
happen? That
game.
was like 2 seasons ago or last season they started implementing
I think it
that.
was like 2 seasons ago when they
Yeah.
introduced it, two or three, and it's become pretty popular. I think they said it has like a 10% reduction in like concussions, head injuries. So I've heard a guy say like this will be the standard in a few years, not because it's forced, but because players are just cautious
So
about
why is Tua not out there in like a triple XL like?
because he's been hit so much he doesn't think that he needs it. Like
Yeah,
apparently the
I'm like,
CTE has
yeah.
already affected him
It's set
badly.
in
So
already. Yeah, Tua
it's
should be
already
out there in
set.
like the
It's
biggest one
already,
possible. Like, what size do you guys
yeah.
have?
Yeah, too. He seems like the type of guy that's like, yeah, I don't need that, but and
Right. I'm
he's
good. I'm
probably,
hardcore, bro. I'm good.
yeah, I'm hardcore, and it's like, yeah, yeah, your skull is not gonna be hardcore
It's like,
after.
bro, you're talking to me and you're looking at the ground. What's going on
Yeah,
right now?
yes.
um,
So we can jump right into the Jets game, man. Jets at Dolphins. That occurred on Monday night.
yeah,
That
Monday
game.
night.
So this is Tuesday that we're recording. But that was a game where I felt that the Jets had a pretty solid chance of winning that one.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields had a crazy, crazy run during that game. I don't even know how he got out of that
Yeah.
situation, but he like went down the sideline and then like I'm like he might go out of bounds or something. No, he took it to the house for like what was that 40 plus
Juking people
yards?
out like he's a running back out there, man.
It was a
Yeah,
very
it's pretty
impressive,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. We're oddly enough, I'm looking at it now. He had the exact same. Him and Brees both had 81 yards. What are the odds on that?
Oh snap! That's
It's
really cool.
weird. But
Wow.
but yeah, I mean the game overall was pretty sad to watch. I think the score doesn't like really dictate how close the game was. The Jets kind of just couldn't get it going like overall. Um, and the Dolphins were, I wouldn't say like elite or anything like that, but overall they better than offensively than the Jets. They just couldn't get it going. So we were kind of I think like eating as far as like our running like on the ground. We were looking pretty good, but it just didn't I guess carry over to touchdowns. So
There were
I,
fumbles. There were
yeah,
some
there was a
fumbles.
lot of fumbles, and yeah, the Braylon Allen one was just like Jesus, dude. Like he's like right there, like I think like 3 yards from like, and he just gets and he fumbles, and it was just man, it was detrimental. So I don't know, man. I think it's just been rough for us. Even the last one, like I don't know if you watched the whole game, but at the end, like we had like one more opportunity, um, and our punt return guy literally catches the ball like on or I think it was like the second drive before we gave it back. He catches the ball on like the third. like on the 3 yard line or something like that, and then he like slaps himself in the head, and I'm like, yeah, what are you doing, dude? Just let it bounce out. Like what? You're giving
Yeah.
us terrible field position right now. Like what are you
I
doing?
didn't catch. I didn't catch that. I didn't
Yeah,
catch
and
that
then
play.
but I will say like it was the last punt that they gave where we had probably like 12 seconds or something like that on the clock. Shout out, I don't know what his name is. I have it here. Let's see, kicking. No, that's kicking. Punting. Jake Bailey. Yeah, shout out to that guy. That guy hit a dime. I mean, it was like a golf shot. That last
Yeah.
punt,
Okay.
and he put it like right on the 1 or 2 yard line. Just gave us absolutely no chance at all. We kind of did like the laterals and ended up getting a freaking flag for forward lateral. Like the only I don't know if you remember like the Miami had one of those against the Pats like maybe 4 seasons ago. It was like the Miami Miracle they called it or something like that. Where they
No, I remember. Yeah,
yeah,
and they won that game. Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah,
won the
yeah,
game. The guy
yeah.
like threw the
Belichick was
ball.
still there back then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was
It
insane.
was a
That
big
was
deal because they
insane.
wanted like the ball. It was funny because they like did that and then they threw the ball into the audience and then I remember because I was living in Miami at the time and they're like, yeah, yeah, like can you give us the ball back? Like we got some cleats and some tickets and the guy's like, no, I'm not giving you the ball
So I'm
back.
not doing
Like
that.
yo, unless we're talking money, I'm not giving you the ball back. Like
Yeah.
like come on,
Funny.
but yeah, man, just I don't know, man. I think like I said, I think they just have some just like I don't know if it's just overall maturity of just understanding like protecting the ball, just understanding the like that, like catching the ball on the 3 yard line is just like a like where's your mind at like
Yeah, what were you
gameplay
thinking in
wise,
this
like what were you
moment?
thinking about? Are you like scared to drop it or something, or like where's your mind, right? Like so it's just like I'd say like everybody's elite athletically, but not everybody's like elite like mentally and like how to perform well throughout the game and like just things that you see other players do and other teams do that just whether it's running out the clock correctly or just overall game management and how they play that just allows them to sometimes not win in like a really like fun way to watch, but they just win overall. And it's like the Jets can't do that, man. We can't stay away from penalties. We can't stay away from fumbling the ball, and just it just seems like every week for us to have a chance, it has to be Justin Fields like ripping a huge run or doing all these things, and that's not really, like that's not a championship way. I mean, look at Lamar. Lamar's like a dominant force on the ground. They haven't been able to win that way, and then
Sure.
they're like they try to tone him, dial it back because you don't want the guy like just he just came back. Like Fields just came back from concussion. We don't want that to continue to happen. That's going to happen because obviously it's in the NFL. It's not college, man. Like the DBs, the linebackers, like they're big dudes. They're elite too, and they lay a good hit on you, and then boom, we're back to back to Tyrod for a week or two. So
Yeah. Can I give you the Brees Hall quote? I'm sure you heard what he said,
oh yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to
Go
say
for
it.
it. Yeah, yeah, go for
Brees said,
it.
"Teams shoot themselves in the foot, then we come back and shoot ourselves in the head."
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's what
That
I'm
was hilarious. I'm
and
sorry.
that's what I'm talking
That was
about.
a
'Cause he,
bar. That was a
yeah,
bar.
yeah. Seriously, put a beat behind that. I mean, literally, like he's saying that because he's probably frustrated seeing stupid stuff like that, like on special teams where you see it, you're like, what are you doing? Like it's just
Yeah.
crazy. Like you're just not even giving ourselves a chance. So, um, yeah, dude. I think second quarter, I took my jersey off. I just watched the rest of
I
the
remember
game.
you
Like,
texted me that. I was
yeah,
like, oh
I
my
took my
god,
jersey. I was like, dude, I didn't want to put this
dude.
on it. Why do I put this on anymore? Like this is crazy, man. I should have just watched like a movie with my wife or something, dude. Like this is just detrimental to my health at this point. But it is what it is, man. It's football, I guess. I mean I do love like our coaching, like Aaron Glenn. I do believe in him still. I hope he just doesn't get like frustrated like every other coach in like the league has gotten that's gone through like the Jets organization. Just eventually they're like, wow, this team is actually cursed. Like
I think it's the toughest job in sports.
it has to
Man.
be, man. It has to be like it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is about the team. I don't know if it's like a Woody Johnson like vaccine curse we have on ourselves like right now. Like
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. Like what is it?
Yeah.
Like does a team need to get sold? I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean I will say though, elite catch by Garrett Wilson. I don't know if you saw that last touchdown that he caught and he was like
I
getting
didn't.
contested.
You know what I saw? I saw the sleeper alert that was like,
Hmm.
oh, Fields took that Fields, and like I didn't see it, but I was, oh yeah, nice. Like they're gonna come back, and I didn't see the time left. I just like
Yeah.
saw he
Oh, the
scored.
catch was ridiculous. I mean, he literally like the DB was playing like the best defense you probably could play. Like I thought he was gonna drop the ball. Like he was hitting it out of his hand, and Garrett's just like such a dog, man. Like it was like a quote I saw and it's saying like this is this guy with like not an elite quarterback, like in the sense of like a guy, right? Like imagine
Okay.
if like a Garrett Wilson had like a Pat Mahomes throwing the ball to him or something like
Oh
that.
my
Like the
god.
guy would be You know, like
Fields is nice in the passing game.
yeah.
He completed most of his pass. I mean, he was like 20 for 27. I remember, like I looked at the final box score, but he's good with the ball, man.
I think
I've
if they
seen
gave him
Fields
more
put up some
time,
really
like
good
it's our
passing
O
game.
line, man. Our O line just, I don't know. Like it's like you can't make it up. We lose Elijah Vera Tucker like right away in the beginning of the season. Like it's just yeah, man. I don't know. And then there was also that penalty on Joe Tippmann, our center, that didn't get called, and they ripped his helmet off, dude. I mean, helmets comes flying off, and they don't
Garrett
call.
said something about that. He
Yeah, I
was
was
like,
like,
teams don't call, refs don't call penalties on bad teams. They kind of let good teams get away with egregious stuff, or whatever the case might be. But yeah, that was pretty
yeah.
rough.
I don't know if that's a thing that just is because like, see, I've refed like little Pop Warner games or whatever, and it's
Huh.
true. Like you get little like crappy teams, you're like, let's just get out of here type thing, right? But
Okay,
and maybe that mentality translates to the league too. Just
maybe.
as humans, you just have that human nature. They're just there and just like, hey, I'm trying to get to South Beach. Let's get out of here. Like we need to wrap this thing up. Both teams are trash. They're not going anywhere. But but I mean, at the end of the day, like there's a lot of money involved. You got to produce a good product for the
You
audience,
do.
regardless if they're trash teams or not. People are paying, whatever NFL ticket is now, like $300 something or something like that. Like it's a decent
Yeah,
amount of money, for
just to get in the door.
right.
Hmm.
And then people get frustrated because you see like the Chiefs or some other team and they don't call anything, and you're like, okay, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
then nothing happened.
Right.
I
It's
agree.
like obviously the commissioner makes a call like, hey, you guys, this is our money. Like this is our piggy
Make
bank
the call,
here.
make the product look good,
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
stuff.
So it's
Man,
business at
we
the end of the day, man. Like, this is what it is. It is what it
absolutely
is.
we can't get away from this game without, of course, talking about the horrific injury that Tyreek Hill suffered. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
see it in real time, and when I heard about it, I heard like announcers and Twitter people saying like, we're not gonna replay it, and like when it's a gruesome like leg injury, I don't know what it is, like lower body injuries, I just can't like watch it. It's just like it's very hard to watch. Like the Dak Prescott injury several years ago, like I saw it once and I was like, oh my
Nick
god,
Chubb,
like, I just
Nick Chubb, man.
yeah,
That knee.
Chubb, that
Woo.
was bad.
That was
Tank
rough.
Dell,
Yeah.
Tank Dell's was pretty horrific. They're just really hard to watch. I just can't imagine the pain these guys are in. But I mean, Tyreek, if you saw him, he was like all smiles and laughing. And I think
Yeah.
people were saying like he's doing this to get through the shock, just because like I think you can pass out just from the pain. So like him laughing and doing that was necessary. But he got taken to a hospital immediately, I think, and had the air cast, and I believe he had surgery right away because you run the chance of like an artery or something like that having issues with blood flow, and it could be a how you say it, a medical emergency essentially for that sort of
Yeah.
injury.
I mean, you remember like Alex Smith, man. You remember like
That was
people didn't think it
bad.
was gonna get that
Yes.
crazy, and then all of a sudden, it's like guy could die.
Yeah,
And
he
then
could
his
die.
leg ends up like crazy, like messed up, and thankfully they were able to save his life. But the guy's career was over, and it's like something you never know, man. Infections, all that medical stuff. It's
All
like,
that, yeah.
it's crazy. You think about it, it's a bunch of dudes out there sweating on this grass, like there's bacteria everywhere, dude.
Yeah,
You get a
not even
small
real
guy-
grass either. It's
Yeah,
like,
not even real. It's like plastics, like holding all this. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good thing he's good, man. Sucks to see
ACL,
him like that,
MCL, dislocation. Those are the three I know for certain. Just about that injury, but yeah, I mean,
Also for Miami, coming out party for Darren Waller, dude. 2 TDs, man.
2 TDs, man. This
Yeah.
dude was rapping last year, man.
Yeah.
Hey. He
Yeah.
was rapping last year, man. But
Nah,
he's
I
back
like
in
him,
it.
man. I liked him on the Raiders. I think he.
I
was
loved
good
him on the
Jack-
Raiders.
Or
He
not,
didn't
he wasn't
do
on the Jags. He was on the Raiders, and then he, and
Giants.
Yeah,
To the Giants.
Giants.
after
That's what it
that.
was. Yeah,
Didn't
he
do
went to
too
the
much,
Giants for a
yeah.
little bit. So it's good
Yeah.
to see him that he's still relevant. That's cool.
For sure. Let's talk about the international game, the Vikings and the Steelers, man. Vikings were a big favorite in this matchup, and they didn't come out on top. The Steelers did. I don't know. You think the Steelers just have the juice overseas, or
No, I just
what
think
that
Carson
was?
Wentz doesn't have the juice, man. I just don't.
Dude, yeah.
I don't think so. Like, I just think that last game, like, let's not get it twisted. It was the Vikings
Bengals.
defense that won. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
also
it
it
was-
was the Bengals, but it was the defense that really won the game for them.
Absolutely.
And even though, like, Aaron Rodgers is not, like, the, youngest guy on the block, like, he's still pretty competent, and the team overall performed well. I mean, DK was like a savage out there. They had their
80 yard.
80 yards. Yeah.
catch-
Also,
catch and
this
run.
game helped me out so much with fantasy because I ended up taking. I got a waiver on Kenneth Gainwell because he came in. Their RB1 was out, and this dude ripped 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had an
Wait, so
absolute-
you started Gainwell?
Yeah, I did. I got like 31 points
Dude,
with him. Yeah, it was great. Won one of my
dude,
leagues.
that's sick. That's
Yeah.
sick, man.
So
Okay,
I don't know how much how long he'll be in there, but he had a heck of a game. And
he did.
yeah, and defensively too. Like Pittsburgh played pretty well. So I don't think it's like a wash for the Vikings just because like we talk about all the time. Like we're believers in like the coaching and just the scheme that's there and the
Yeah.
overall culture is like really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, hopefully, Carson isn't there too long, and and McCarthy comes back, and hopefully gives him like a little breath of fresh air. Maybe comes back with a little vengeance here and gets them back on track because they're not like gone. They're 2-2, man. They're
They're
not like
not.
yes.
They do have some offensive line issues. When McCarthy started, or his second game, his second start, he already had some offensive line. The game against Atlanta, they had some offensive line issues. I still think they're having that now. So who knows? I mean, who knows? I mean, O line is a big part of NFL success. So
Yeah,
who knows? But yeah, that was an interesting matchup for sure. The Dublin,
yeah.
however you say it,
So we
in
move on.
Ireland. Yeah. I think another good matchup that we enjoyed was the Jackson Dart era in New York has begun. So we
Yeah,
had Jackson Dart at home opening against the LA Chargers, and that was a really interesting game. As from a betting perspective, I was only going with New York for that one. I just,
Mhm.
I didn't think the Chargers were gonna
Really, why
just
that?
destroy them. So I thought about taking the money line, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
What was that line looking like? Do you remember?
Six and a half. It was six and a
Oh,
half.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
six
not
and a
bad.
half. So,
That's a
but
huge.
yeah,
That's a
I
huge
took them no matter what. I mean, it's just the way what I saw from the Cowboys game, what I saw from the Chiefs game is that Scatterboo is just he's a force of nature. Just
Yeah,
like he's
definitely.
gonna knock guys down. I looked at Jackson Dart's props before the game. I think his over under rushing prop for that game was 60 yards rushing. And I
Yeah,
was like, dude, he's gonna run this game. And I just think that gives the Giants like unpredictable edge when you have a guy that can run like Scatterboo and you have a quarterback. I'm like, dude, I don't think the Chargers win this game by like a touchdown. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they have a chance to get up early. No one's expecting it. It's just a lot of energy. I think they're gonna give them a favorable flag or whatever. Neighbors is there. We'll get into what happened with him in a second, but
yeah.
a lot of factors just kind of told me like that wasn't gonna happen. Not by 7 points.
Did you think like Jackson Dart was just like a little too much though? Like it was like too much, like with
I
the
watched the entire
flexing
game.
and the
I didn't.
intensity.
I didn't think. I didn't think he did too much. I think
Yeah,
it was a lot of confidence. It didn't feel
yeah,
like an overconfidence either. It just felt like he just had a lot of confidence in his abilities and the team, and I feel like that rubbed off everywhere. Just overall, I really
yeah.
thought that did.
What's his face? Brian Dable was like hyped. He's like at the
Dude,
end they were like rubbing
he
faces
basically
together.
like tongue kissed him like
Yeah,
at
I
the end of
saw
the
that.
game.
He was
That
like,
was
"Ew, I love you, bro. You're keeping my job, man. I was about to
dude.
get
He was
fired,
excited. Dude, he
bro."
was excited, man. That was. I
It was
saw on
intense.
CBS they panned the camera to Russell Wilson first, and then they showed that of like Dable and Dart like together. I'm like, dude, like that's like it's
Yeah.
just funny. They just showed Wilson on the bench,
And they had
and
to take him out. Like Dart got taken out for like a second. I don't know if it was like a concussion thing where they were checking him or something. And then
they did
Russell
check
got a
him for
few
that.
snaps,
Yeah,
and you could just see like the vibe, like everything. Everybody was like, "Fuck, like this guy's got
yeah,
to
yeah.
come
It was
back
like
in." Like I
yeah,
don't And I think it sucks because I think Wilson felt that energy, and he
for sure. He
obviously
felt
probably
it.
feels some type of way. He gets some snaps and then he gets back in, and people are happy again. So,
I know,
yeah,
but I mean, I think it just had to do with the way the day was going, and like neighbors went out. Like you don't want an injury to your rookie court, like the future, who
right,
So people were worried, but we talk about Malik Neighbors a bit. He obviously had the knee injury, the no contact. Kind of saw how that happened. I saw the slow mo. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna be out for the year. But that happens. I mean, there have been a lot of ACL injuries on MetLife Field. I think you talk about the OBJ one. I saw a really interesting comparison. It's like this is another ACL tear where an Ole Miss quarterback is throwing to an LSU receiver and they, tear the ACL. And I was like, wow, that's like really crazy. Jackson Dart, Eli Manning, OBJ, Neighbors, it matches up. And I was like, wow, that's,
yeah. Yeah,
interesting.
I mean that's where Rogers also had his season-ending like opener injury for us. I think it's just that turf. We talked about it last episode, and we were talking about how that's a synthetic grass. I don't know why they do that, man. There's no give, and just like there's so much. Like I've refed on it before, and it's almost it feels like concrete, like the bottom of it. So
Mm.
you
I
know,
think it's on concrete. It's just like, they
yeah.
just put it on top of
Well,
concrete.
that one especially, yeah, because the ones I've like refed on before, it's like supposed to be like that. You know how they have like the rubber mulch? It's like kind of like a material like that almost underneath it, so it's like a little bit
Okay.
like more cushiony. But at the same time, it's like these guys, your cleats can get caught when you fall
There's
funky. Like,
no give. Like
yeah,
your feet are supposed to like hug the ground when you're, running and doing things
and
like that. So
it doesn't make sense. You're trying to protect these like $1 million assets, basically. These guys running around, and it's just what in the name of what efficiency, I guess. Like you can set up and break down a little quicker, maybe, or maybe it's just you just don't want to pay the water bill and watering the grass. Like get out of here, bro. Like,
yeah, I think if they wanted to, they would. But I also think there's a few factors that logistically just kind of make it. It's not impossible, but it's just a lot to consider. Is that it's on the East Coast. You got to deal with the weather. So it's like, how well does grass, going to hold up in colder climates, that sort of thing. And then you look at the whole, Jets, Giants, the turnover essentially. The same thing they have to deal with in SoFi. They have to do a quick, just turn around with that, scrub it. I don't know how it works, but
yeah,
I think logistically it's sort of an issue. But if they really wanted to do it, they could do it.
yeah. I
I
mean, if
know
they
they
can do
could.
it for baseball, dude, they can do it. They can do it.
Exactly. They can do it. They can
Yeah,
absolutely do it. They just probably just don't want to do it
yeah.
for whatever
They
reason.
rather an extra yacht, you know.
Exactly, exactly. Like they don't need the
Yeah,
yacht. They need Malik Neighbors
yeah,
is what they
exactly.
need.
Yeah.
So
Good thing is that he's young, so obviously the body recovers a lot easier when you're
yeah,
young.
he's like
So
22.
yeah,
Yeah. So he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll come back and do just fine. But yeah, really funny. I saw this image of him today, and it was like him at the NBA YoungBoy concert that
mm,
was in I think it was in Jersey. I don't know what city it was in officially, but it's like he had the crutches, he had like the brace on and everything. Like he wasn't missing that concert for
that's
anything.
funny.
So yeah, I
That,
thought that's
that's really funny. That's good. Hey,
yeah,
that
good
means
for
his
him.
spirits are up.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I saw a picture of him with NBA YoungBoy, so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, that reminds me of like when James Winston was in the, I think it was in I think it was the Saints, and he's in the locker room and he's like in crutches and he's like turning up in there in crutches. I don't know if you've seen that video. Have you
I
seen
have
it?
seen that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's
I
like the
remember
best
years
video ever.
ago.
That guy's just vibes, man. I love that guy.
He is. I do love Jameis. Man. A team should trade for him that need like the Bengals. Like
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
big time,
That
man.
would be
Browning
fun.
isn't doing it for them.
He's not, man. He is definitely not. A couple of more games we want to recap really quick. So we'll start with Colts and Rams. So this was a matchup I was particularly looking forward to. I've been a fan of the Colts play Daniel Jones this year, and I really wanted to see like can they beat the Rams? Like the Rams are a really good football team. Obviously, the Eagles have beat them, but they ultimately did not come up to the task of winning against the Rams. And the reason was just you see that Stafford bomb, that 88-yard touchdown to Tutu Atwell. I mean, like what can you do about that? I thought that was awesome. But I think the Colts kind of messed up when Mitchell, I think, he ran into the end zone and he celebrated and dropped the ball and it was a touchback. And that kind of like, they should have been up at that point in the game. I mean,
I
they
was
could
gonna
have
say that
gone.
definitely that cost them the game.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it wasn't like the fourth quarter when it happened, I don't think, but still, I mean, that is a momentum shifter. What could have been 7 points is nothing, and you give the ball back. So, yeah,
I mean,
that
you look
that's
at it right. They
huge.
lost by 4. That cost them the game, man. That
Oh
cost
yeah,
them the
that's
game.
huge. That's huge, 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 huge.
And
So,
I think the same guy. I think he fumbled. There was like another play that he messed up as
did he?
well. Yeah. There
Hmm.
was like two games. There's two. I know there's two plays that they had that offensively were detrimental to the overall just flow of the game because it's like flow, right? Like
For sure, it's definitely a flow thing. Yeah.
yeah, and that's So we had I think it was Malachi Corley for the Jets. I'm pretty sure it was Malachi Corley last year, and usually last year or the year before. Regardless, another one that did the same crap, running into the end zone, celebrated, flips the ball up,
Oh
and it's
my
a
god.
fumble. And then I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
Those are like
doing?
those plays where you just like, dude, I know those guys wish they could take it back, and you feel so bad. I saw like guys come up to him and just like, kind of like, console him and everything. But I'm just like, everyone's thinking like, dang, that's the game. Like that's like,
Yeah,
you're a pro. You just can't have those type of things happen. But
right.
yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully he just, it doesn't happen. And I don't think it will, but it's just, it sucks. It really
Yeah.
sucks. It really
Yeah, no, for
sucks.
sure. That's unfortunate, man. And I guess it's good for the Giants that they have kind of a change in maybe vibes there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think looking at the overall picture, I don't think you can just put it just like, oh, Jackson Dart. Like there was also like that. Like you look at the Chargers side, like there was just like stupid things that happened.
Yeah, the
So
Chargers lost an offensive lineman to like a high ankle sprain. That was Herbert was getting lit up, man. I mean, he got like
mm,
not always sacks, but he was hit. Like he was hit a lot, man. So that had a factor into I think how that game went as well. But overall, I mean, Herbert had turnovers too. I mean, that's huge. You just can't have too many turnovers in the NFL. You're gonna lose.
yeah, and looking at their schedule, like for the Giants, like their next, so they just their next three is going to be New Orleans, Philly, Denver. Like realistically, I think Philly's or not. Sorry, not Philly. New Orleans is the only one that anybody's thinking they're going to win out of that. So I don't think.
I think they lose all three of those
Yeah,
games.
yeah. Oh
All
yeah, because we were
three.
talking
I
about that
really
earlier.
do.
That's right. You
Yeah,
think,
I
yeah,
think they
you
lose.
think New Orleans? That's what I'm saying. So it's yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's good for the team or whatever, but I don't think that changes the overall dynamic for or outlook for the team
And
for
it's
the
I
rest of the
think
season.
a huge factor. It's just like the throwing game is just going to be so poor. It's just not going to be. You're dealing with the rookie.
Yeah,
It's just like you lost your best receiver. Yeah,
exactly that.
it's gonna be different, man.
Yeah.
But let's check out the last game we want to recap, and that's going to be for the Chiefs at Ravens. No, not Chiefs at Ravens. Ravens at Chiefs. And this game went how I expected, man. It was Ravens were -2.5. Chiefs, were +2.5. I was like, dude, the Chiefs are not losing this game, man. They are not losing this game,
Yeah.
and ultimately they won. I mean, they really won this game. It looked like the old Chiefs. Xavier Worthy returned. Lamar, unfortunately, suffered a hamstring injury, I think, in the second or third quarter, and so he did not stay in that game. Cooper Rush, their backup, who was back for a long time in Dallas,
Mm.
came in relief of him, but. Man, are the Ravens cooked, man? They're at 1-3, and Lamar's supposed to miss the next couple weeks
It seems
potentially
that
with the
way. It seems
hamstring.
like they're
Yeah.
just self-destructing, man. Just
Oh
from,
yeah. Yeah.
I think it's been probably like the mind games playing with them, where they are offensively like a huge threat every single week, and they just can't get it done. And it's not even their fault. It's just like the other team is just as good as well. Maybe it's just like a schedule thing, but also just like the stupid mistakes. Obviously, everybody's talking about Henry fumbling, but then also Lamar did. He threw a interception as well. So I don't know, man. Maybe they're just in their head and they just feel like they can't get it going.
I
Um,
think it's a mental thing with
yeah,
the Chiefs, obviously, because I mean he's had some of his worst performances against the Chiefs. So who knows?
yeah. And Xavier
But
Worthy was back too. So
he was, yeah.
yeah. And
That
then
surprised me, man. Like when they didn't put him on IR, I was like, he's gonna be out like 2 or 3 weeks, something
yeah.
like that. But to see him come back and play at a high level was impressive.
And I think this coming week right now is like the last week of suspension for Rice, so he should be back soon too.
Yeah, week 6 or 7, something like that. But yeah,
Seven,
he
yeah,
should be back. Yeah,
week seven.
dude,
So they're gonna be on
he's different.
full speed, I guess. Operating.
If
So
they can run the ball soon, I think they'll be good because that's still an issue for them. They are not running the football well.
yeah.
So
What do you think for Baltimore? Like I saw Justice Hill get a lot more touches and just overall be the dominant
well, he
rusher.
had like one really huge like rushing play. I think he had like
Mm,
maybe 3 or 4 rush attempts. So I wouldn't look too much into that. But I think if Cooper Rush is going to be starting, he might be viable just because Henry's not going to be out there on passing downs and the defense is so bad. I think that's really the issue with the Ravens. The defense is really bad. So I think Justice Hill could have some. He could definitely have a role, but in terms of like huge stats, I mean, I think he had a chunk play essentially this past weekend, some work in the receiving game. But I don't know, man. The NFL is interesting. You think a guy that is probably not going to be relevant becomes relevant all of a sudden? You never
right.
really know.
No, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that division, like seeing how they're performing as well. I think that division gets interesting. Like
Yeah, it looks like the
more.
Steelers are going to be
That's
the
what I was
team.
saying. I was like, is it the
Yeah.
Steelers now? That's gonna be kind of
It's
like
the Steelers, man,
yeah,
because you see what's going on with the Bengals. Unless they make a trade a quarterback or something changes with the offensive line, like they're not going to win many games. And then you have obviously Baltimore, with not going to be without Lamar for a little bit. And then yeah, Cincy, and I already mentioned Cincy. Yeah, Pittsburgh, they look good. And then the Browns are the Browns, so we don't expect anything out of them.
yeah,
Yeah, it's probably the Steelers, man. Probably the Steelers this year.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. And that's I mean that's cool. It's always cool to see the Steelers come up. I mean, you think about all the dominating years they had, and they've been such a great team, obviously under Tomlin, but not what I expected from the division, to be honest, like at all. It's kind of as it
No.
pans out through the weeks, you're like, wow, this is not. I couldn't have guessed this. I could definitely. I would have never guessed the Colts to be good. I never guessed for Baltimore to start just like the way they
Yeah,
have
this
been
bad.
just
But I mean, to be
declining.
honest, Baltimore got dealt Buffalo, Detroit, Kansas City. Who did they beat? They beat Cleveland.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like all within the first 4 weeks. That's a stacked schedule for any team to just deal with right off the bat. But let's go ahead into our look ahead for week 5, man. We kind of identified a few matchups that we like that are, pretty interesting. Thursday night football, we've got Niners and Rams. Niners have been dealing with a lot of injuries this year, and somehow Christian McCaffrey is not one of them. He seems to be the lone healthy wolf on that team, surprisingly. Like, I don't know what type of uh what he did to manage to not get hurt and everyone else did. Like, I feel like he's sucking all their healthy energy up or
Yeah,
something. But
literally.
yeah, it looks like Brock Purdy's gonna be starting again. I know he was dealing with a minor turf toe injury, but yeah, they just got beat by the Jacksonville
Turf back
Jaguars.
at it again.
The turf, man, that freaking turf. But yeah, they just got beat by Jacksonville in a game. I was
Yeah.
watching that game live, and I saw they had an opportunity to kind of win on the last drive, and then I think Purdy fumbled the football, and that was it. That was all she wrote. But
Yeah. Jacksonville
I
balled out on defense though that game for sure.
they did. They really did. They truly did. But man, I don't know. I don't think they win this game. I
Yeah.
saw how the Rams played against a really good Colts team. Puka looked amazing. He looks like the best receiver in this league. I think we gotta have that conversation about is it Jefferson, Puka, Chase, Lamb? Puka's in that
It's like
conversation
what are the
right now.
parameters? Are we talking about like just physically like are we talking about like performance? Because if performance, it's not going to be Chase or Justin Jefferson right now. Not to their own fault, but
Yeah, but I think Jefferson, even when his overall numbers are a little down, people still regard him as the number one guy. But I think, you definitely got to put Puka in that conversation of just like, okay, who's the best receiver in the NFL right now? So
yeah.
he's in those talks now. But you got Stafford throwing to you. But yeah, he's great, man. He's great. But I think the Rams win this one. I don't know about easily, but I think they win this one. I think that the injuries to the Niners are just like a lot, and that's gonna probably be the point of contention. It just pushes the Rams over the edge,
Yeah, I
and
think
the
it's
Rams have
just
a good defensive line too, really good
it
defensive
has to
line.
be like a self destruction thing. Like if they either they I don't know they implode them. So I don't know how they lose this game. I mean they're a
Yeah,
much better team overall.
it
So
had to be like an Eagles situation where
yeah.
they lost that game.
Mhm.
Like people didn't think they'd lose that one, and
Right.
saw what happened.
I think 6.5 though seems like pretty reasonable. I think for how well they've been playing.
I
And
figured it'd be like 4, or
yeah,
5, not 6.
really,
That's yeah,
man, you're
yeah.
too high on the Niners. I know. I remember we talked about it. You put it at what was it like 10 wins?
I said they're gonna win like 10
Yeah, I
games. Like no
slammed the
matter what,
under
they're gonna
on
win
that,
like 10
dude. I
games. Yeah.
slammed the under on that, and we'll see. I mean, they got three.
Yeah. I think yeah. I mean they're 3-1, so
Yeah,
I mean I thought they could have won the game that was against the Jags. I mean it was just like some critical. I mean the Jags played well. I can't take anything from them, but
yeah.
historically I think the Jags have not like beaten a West Coast team or something. It was like some crazy stat or something like that. But I think they can get to 10 wins. I mean, barring that, if Christian McCaffrey goes down, I think all bets might probably be off. But
I
we'll
don't think
see.
so. And I think and didn't they come out and say Ayuk isn't looking good either? They came out and
Yeah,
there
he's
was a
probably not
report.
coming back anytime
So
soon, if at all. Much later in this season. But Kittle should be back soon. But I mean, he got a hamstring injury. So I mean, that's just kind of one of those things. It's gonna probably be just all year. Like he just might have another game where that messes up and he's out for the season. So
yeah. I just think
yeah.
they're like a fragile team, man. Like we saw it that year where they had to like go in deep, and they had Christian McCaffrey is about to be the quarterback for the game. I think it was the
I
NFC
remember that. Yeah, the
championship
championship game.
against the
Yep.
Eagles,
Yep.
and yeah, I just think they're like a fragile team. So
They
I
are.
don't think they're not a good team. I just think I don't know, man. They just it's just it's almost like the Bills. Like they're good, but they just never can get it done, or something random happens, or And the Bills is not like a health thing, but it's unfortunate the way they started, but I don't know. I'm not a believer in the 10 game season for the Niners, man, for sure.
I think they get Shanahan's just a very shifty guy. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure out the personnel and still get it done. So
He is. I will say, yeah. Maybe once he's done to the Niners, he can try to figure out the biggest puzzle of them all, and is to get the Jets to be a winning team. But we'll see.
we'll see about that one. That's a
Yeah,
tall task for anybody, man.
yeah,
Seriously.
for sure.
Let's look at the international game this week coming up. We've got Minnesota at Cleveland, which I mean, I guess Cleveland's the home team, I guess, in
Mhm.
London.
Yeah.
Pretty low total on this game at 36 and a half. Minnesota's coming off a loss. Cleveland's talking about starting, their backup, Dylan Gabriel. I don't see how Minnesota loses this game. Like I
Yeah.
don't see how they lose it.
Yeah.
Especially since they've been on that time zone being overseas. They've gotten adjusted to it where Cleveland is.
Right.
I think they probably fly out probably like Friday or something like that for that game. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if they do play Dylan Gabriel, I mean, I watched Dylan. He was at, by the way, he was at UCF before he was, in Oregon. But yeah, I think he's scrappy dude, and I think,
he's just a rookie though. That's the
yeah,
thing. He's
I
a
mean, that's
rookie on the
true.
one of the worst offenses like
That's true.
currently.
But Carson Wentz isn't like, I don't know, man. Like, is he like a
No, I mean
baller?
that defense is really good with Cleveland, but
And
my thing this is
Miles
what it comes
Garrett's
down
there
to.
too. So is Carson Wentz
That's
gonna be a baller? I don't know, bro.
yeah,
You got a
I
freaking
agree.
savage coming
I'm
after you every snap.
it's not so much it's not impossible for Cleveland to win, but it's more about
They beat the
Minnesota
Packers,
with
dude.
that's true. But it's more about what Minnesota has adjusted to. They've adjusted to the
Yeah.
time zone. I think Kevin O'Connell is the better coach. I believe that the defense overall is better in Minnesota, even though Cleveland's not too shabby on defense. But I just look at those factors and I think that, they can pull it out. I think the spread is like 3.5. So lower than I would think, but still an opportunity for this game to be close and low scoring, of course. So,
Yeah, I think
but
that's where I get the red flags. The one is like the 3.5, and then you also have like the total being 36.5. It's like, okay, they're obviously like they're putting the math is like Cleveland defensively is gonna, like, I don't think Carson Wentz gonna fall out. You know what I mean? Like the amount of
no,
pressure he's gonna get.
it's
So
not.
it
Yeah.
just takes this probably be one of those good like parlay bets that you do with the kickers for sure. I think this will be
Oh yeah, yeah,
all the way, dude.
yeah.
That's
Lots of kicks in this one.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that one actually. Good,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Yeah, I'm gonna look
Side
into that.
note, that's the bet of the week right there,
That's the
son.
bet, man. The kickers, man.
Yeah.
Definitely the kickers. But it'll be interesting to see if Minnesota drops two overseas. That's another angle I'm looking at too. It's just like I don't see them dropping two back-to-back games. Like, just the pedigree of that team. It's just, anything can happen, but you never know. You never
Right,
know.
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, a rookie going overseas and winning in London, that's the angle that I'm just like, okay, like I like to see it happen. Like show it to me and I'll believe it. But
Yeah.
not looking forward to it or thinking about it. Next, we're gonna go to Denver and Philly. This will be interesting. I think this is a game that I think Denver can win. I know Philly is undefeated.
Mm.
They are playing like they didn't even have a successful pass completion in the second half of the Bucks game, and they still won that game, which is impressive. That just shows like they are just clearly the best team in football right now. But I don't know, man. Something just tells me that Denver can win this one. I'm gonna check out the spread actually because I'm not sure what it is,
3.5.
unless you know
Yeah.
it.
It's 3.5, and the total is 43.5.
3.5, man.
Yeah.
I think they can win this game. I don't know how, but I think something just tells me they can win this game.
Yeah. No, me too. I think they're a good team, man. The Broncos are good. Like
They are,
they're
and
2
I
and
think
2
it's because
already.
they're an AFC opponent. I think it's just like they don't see each other much, so
Right.
it just kind of gives an opportunity to probably play them differently. And the Eagles don't, they don't play them much, so that's definitely an angle to look at.
No, for sure. And I think I guess it's almost like everybody's fading you once you're like undefeated and you're. It's like which one's gonna come? Are they gonna really have like a full like undefeated
Yeah.
season? Like I don't know.
I think the Bills could potentially do it unless they just like punt on a game. I think their schedule is very, very, very easy. I think the Bills could potentially. They're definitely my favorite team to go undefeated.
I think
For
also I
sure.
root for it because I don't, man. Nick Sirianni just pisses me off. I think ever since I saw him crying at the national anthem for the Super Bowl, I was just like, this guy, dude. Like,
Yeah, this guy. Dude,
like
my
this
beef
guy,
with
man.
it is not even a beef, but like I remember when they introduced him as a head coach and he gave his like presser and he was just like all over the place and I'm just like, dude, this dude, I don't know, man. like I don't know, man. But he was like, yeah, it was just interesting. He was like, yeah, we're gonna run the ball and like run the ball and I'm like, okay, we get it, dude. Like that was
Right.
like his introduction and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. But I mean he's
I mean,
impressed a lot.
right.
He's
And
impressed.
he does have a good squad, you know. I mean,
He's got a
so,
great squad. So
is it credit to him or just somebody? I don't know. Maybe the GM should get the credit, but
Probably both, man. Howie is pretty awesome though. He's
Yeah.
pretty sick. Next we're gonna go to Kansas City and Jacksonville. This is actually the Monday night game, and you've got Kansas City who is improving. They're getting guys back. They're getting guys healthy. They look pretty good. They look good against Baltimore. But Jacksonville is very surprising in their defense. I think Liam Cohen has changed some things over there. There have been some issues. It seems like Trevor Lawrence and just like how that offense goes. I think BTJ has not been super involved in this offense. Travis Hunter, they haven't really figured out that equation, how that's going to work, him playing in the snaps. But Etienne's a very bright spot on that team. I mean, he's been having a few monster games.
Yeah.
I know you have him in a league. I think I have him in a league, one of my leagues. So Etienne's awesome, dude.
People
he's
slept
really
on him,
a
man.
guy
People
showing
slept
up.
on him.
Yeah,
He's elite, bro.
they
He's
did.
a good running back, man. Don't sleep on
He's
that
great.
guy.
He's great,
quite
man.
a few runs. I think Hunter had like one pretty nasty catch.
He did. No, he had a
Yeah.
really nasty guy. I was like, dang, he came down with that? Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Because he's like a super lengthy dude. That's why I think he's so good at playing both position. Obviously, like you have to have a lot of length. So, yeah, I think this is a match where Kansas City can't sleep on it. They're on the road. I think Jacksonville's pretty scrappy. Obviously, I think overall, talent-wise, Kansas City beats them out talent-wise. But being on the road, we'll see, man. I think Jacksonville could offensively be competent and just continue to eat on defense how they have. I think they can definitely win this game for sure.
Yep. My only thing about Jacksonville is like they do have a few brain farts. I think like there's been a couple of their games where I think 2 weeks ago they could have won, but they just kind of like had a brain fart. So I think Kansas City is really smart in those scenarios where if another team has a brain fart, they're gonna take advantage. So
yeah, and that's more on the coaching, man. Like the coaching.
It is. That's a coaching
has to
thing.
Manage the game well, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will. And I saved the best for last. Our Week 5 look ahead. It's going to be the Cowboys at the Jets. That's going to be an exciting matchup. Those are both of our teams, and
All right, you heard it here, folks. The Cowboys won the game. All right.
I don't think so. See, I'm a realistic Cowboys fan, and I know for certain that the Jets.
See, I feel like that's like
you can say whatever you want about them.
No, that's
they don't
a
have a win.
Bro. Every week you say that,
watch
and they
them
ball
beat
out.
the Cowboys. Watch them beat the Cowboys.
That's a cop out. Every week you say that. I don't know. I'm so humble. I don't know about
the Giants
Cowboys.
were the only team, man.
Out.
The Giants were the only team I was confident that the Cowboys would win again. That was it, man. I was like, we're not losing to Russell Wilson.
And then they almost lose too because they're like,
they did almost lose. They did. I was like, they're not gonna lose that game, man. But the Packers, like, dude, we've lost to them like 10 times in a row. Like that was like, okay, they have ripped our souls out in the playoffs. Like just crazy situations. They ripped our soul out. The last time we played the Jets, I don't remember what the exact last time was, but I do remember when Sam Darnold was the quarterback of the Jets and they beat us. I think it was like a Monday night game or something like that. And I'm just like, I still remember that, man. I was like, how did we lose that particular matchup? But yeah, man, I just would not put this as an automatic win for the Cowboys. Like, we literally have like one more win than you guys, like because of the tie. So we're not the best team, and we're the worst team on defense. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Dak played phenomenal in this most recent game, but yeah, the thing with the Cowboys, when they manage to step up to the plate and play phenomenal, like they shit the bed in the next game. One way or another, they shit the bed. Somebody shits the bed. So
CD still looking to be out for this one?
There hasn't been any word on that one, but the fact they didn't put him on IR, I would just say within 3 weeks. But I would think that misses this game and maybe comes back the next. That's my prediction, anyways.
Yeah, I think like you said, like it's not a given. I mean, hopefully the Jets just play good and defensively at least. Just
I'm sure they're gonna play good. I'm sure they're gonna play good.
Know, man. Even like our DB, like they're probably gonna put Sauce Gardner on George Pickens if he's
for sure.
He's not there, and he's been just getting flagged for everything pretty much lately. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. But that will be a fun match just to see Sauce Gardner and George Pickens going at it, to watch that. That'll be cool for sure. But
that will be.
They got it at 47.5, dude. I will say. I think it could be a high scoring game, possibly.
Absolutely, man. just points on points. Fields is gonna run it in for sure. I'm starting Fields on one of my fantasy teams this week. So I think that's going to be a really high scoring, electric game, man.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. No, no, I think yeah, and it's in MetLife, so that'd be fun. Man, I wish I would have. I should. I'm not even that far. I should just drive up there.
Yeah, man. That's yeah. It's not far from you.
Yeah,
That's really kind of close. But
yeah, that'd be a good one to be at for sure.
yeah.
Vibes are gonna be high.
Yeah, the vibes will be high, man. We could very easily lose that game. That's all I'm gonna say. But
That's what you're gonna say every week, dude.
yeah, maybe maybe it helps. Maybe it helps saying that.
Yeah.
But moving forward, just some fantasy football. I know I just alluded to it, man. We played each other a couple weeks ago in your league, and I believe we play each other in my league this week. So that'll be interesting. My team is not as good in my league as it is in your league. I think you have the better. You got Puka and Garrett Wilson, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
I opted for some good receivers this year. I'm looking at it now. I want to see. Let's see. They got us matched at what? Looks like.
I definitely think you're favored. I haven't looked at it, but
Oh,
I
you're
think you're
slightly favored, actually. You're
no
slightly
way.
favored. Give me a
False.
little
It's
bit.
gotta be false.
Slightly favored, but yeah, I mean, hopefully I got Bucky Irving, Travis Etienne. Hopefully they perform well. It's really been my quarterback. Like Jared Goff, he's good. Obviously they win games and stuff, but he's just not like a high scoring quarterback.
Yeah,
Obviously,
when your team is up a lot, he doesn't have to do much, and
no,
and that's kind of what it comes down to.
yeah,
But I'm starting Fields, man. I know you have Wilson, and I feel like I should counter it by not starting him because any pass he throws to Wilson gets you
yeah.
points. So it's like, but I just feel like if Fields runs it in, it's worth it
Yeah,
though.
no, it wouldn't be smart for you to not because I mean, dude, he could easily get like at least one, even two rushing touchdowns. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
opt for him all the time. So I think that would be not wise to not start that guy. He could
Yeah.
definitely have a good game, but then maybe again we ball out and friggin' he throws three interceptions. Who knows? Um,
Who freaking? I doubt that. I with our
or you gotta
DBs,
ball out. I
I
mean,
doubt that one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man, on my team so far this week going against you guys that I'm like, damn, I don't know if they're gonna perform. Sam Laporta every week, man, he's not been great.
You never know what you're gonna get from him, man. Like they just like
Yeah.
pick and choose when they want to get him involved. So who knows with that,
Jacoby
man.
Myers in the Raiders, it's like hit or miss this week. Like for the Raiders, wasn't great. Even
Mm.
though it was close, but just I know, um, Gino threw like a really crucial pick at the end, and
He threw a lot of picks, man.
yeah,
That
I think he
game.
threw quite a. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. I think he threw like three, but
I think he leads the league in interceptions right now.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. My bench doesn't. It's like Nick Chubb. He kind of like got some. You
Is
know,
he done? Is he done now? Like the rookie kind of ran.
that's what I thought last week. I started him in one of my leagues, and I was like, damn, man, like this guy kind of took my shine or took Nick's shine and kind of killing my
Yeah,
team with that. But
he did.
yeah, man. I mean, only thing is like I have. It's funny because I have the Dallas's defense. I was like, dang, should I take them though, man? Because I have my only other defense is the Commanders versus the Chargers, and I don't think the Commanders do
Mm,
very well there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go to waivers to see what's out there. But
potentially, I got the Hawks. I mean, they've been playing really good defense. Like teams haven't even been able to get like 50 yards rushing on them. Like no running back has so far this year, which is
mm,
impressive. So I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna stick with them. I don't think there are too many better
yeah,
options.
hopefully we go 1-1. And I could beat you in your league because it was
Oh my
just
gosh, this is like the league I can't afford a loss in. Like I'm just like, man.
you're
Like if
like
I lose again, man, I started off pretty
you're
rough,
like,
but
damn man, I'm trying not to pay out this league. I'm trying.
yeah, it's like, oh my god, oh my gosh,
I,
man,
I took all the funds and put into Bitcoin and it's down right now. I'm like, fuck.
yeah,
I just don't want nobody to know.
yeah. It's like that needs to come back up. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
The
sure.
price
But we'll see, man. It'll be a good one. I'm glad.
you will. You actually will be favored. It looks like your kicker's on a bye this week, so if you
Yeah, I
put
just
any
saw that.
kicker
I
in
gotta
there,
put somebody in there. Yeah, I'm slightly
you're
favored.
gonna be favored, man. I got to start Chase Brown. Like that sucks. That
Mm,
sucks.
yeah.
He's had a terrible year so far.
It's not his
But
fault, man. The team's kind of lost steam.
no, the team is bad. The team is bad. He can't really do too much with the offensive line, but I mean, I've got Bijan and Bijan's on bye, so
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Bijan
But
had a massive man. It feels like every week Bijan has
dude,
a massive run.
yeah, 30 points in fantasy. Yeah, he's a baller for sure.
Wow, he's
Definitely a
good, man.
gamer.
I'm glad he didn't fade out, and he actually like established himself in the league and does well. What do you think
Yeah.
about like side note? What do you think about that? Like I didn't know what because like I for like last week I was like, oh, Michael Penix is trash, and then this week they win and they seem like something. I'm like, is this guy like I don't know, man? It's like so back and forth, right? And then Kyle Pitts, like he got a touch. I'm like, damn, is
For
this team
sure.
like I they're probably the team that I don't understand the or not like my understanding of them is like trash, but then I'm like maybe not trash, and then it kind of shifts back and forth, you know?
So what I think it is, I think it's the Panthers. For whatever reason, when they play the Panthers, like they just crap the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bryce, that's one of the teams he beat last year. Like he didn't beat that many teams, but he beat the Falcons. And so I think we briefly talked about that last week. It's like Bryce against the Falcons he's just really good. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. I think they just had a really bad game. He's still kind of technically a rookie. You know, he started a couple games at the end of last year, but he's still getting his feet wet, I guess, as a starter. But I think Penix is a good quarterback. Everything I saw in college, he was a good, accurate quarterback, man. I saw him place the ball really good to
Yeah.
Drake London, so I think he's good. I think he just had a bad game, and I think there's something with that whole Panthers and Falcons matchup. Just something with that. But
Yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, they played well this week though, man, against the
they
Panthers.
played great.
So
They played great, man. They played really good.
we'll see.
So
Side note with talking about the Panthers, man, you know, I don't know, man. Every time I see like they had like the video in the beginning of the game, and they're talking about how not they're talking, they're just showing the players getting hyped up and whatever, and I see like Young just like doing little like handshakes and stuff with the team, and it like annoys me, and I'm like, dude, you guys are not good. Yeah, like I need you with a serious face, like
yeah, be
flip it,
serious,
like
be
yo,
for
we're gonna
real,
get it
man.
done. Like I'm stop with the high fives and the and the
Yeah,
Dougie and every. I'm like, dude, like chill. Like this is not you guys are trash. Like we need to be pissed off when we go
yeah,
into this game. Like what this is. You guys are like about to go into the club, or you about to like try to rip these dudes'
yeah.
face off? Like you
Like,
know
what
what I
are we
mean? It's
doing?
just, and that's just my personal opinion because other people be like, nah, that's how you get the vibes hype. And I'm like, no, this is a physical sport, bro. Like go in there
Exactly.
pissed off.
Guys are
Like,
trying to take your head off,
yeah.
man. Like, yeah, you can't be doing all that. You
So
cannot doing
just
that, man.
funny. Every time I see highlights like that, I'm like, look at this crap. Like,
Yeah,
I'd be if I was a Panthers fan, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the heck is this?
yeah, exactly. I wonder if Bryce is like gonna be good, like with the Panthers, like like good, like really good with the Panthers. So does he like go to another team when the 4 years is up, like, and
Probably.
then like just really, because you saw that with Baker and Sam Darnold. I mean, they were just like there for a hot second, but
Yeah. I mean, like, what
you
other
know,
team would suit his style? I guess
dude, I think there's a few coaches that could fix Bryce, not fix him, but just like because I think he's accurate for the most part. I don't watch a lot of Panthers game. I watch pieces of them, and it's just like when I look at the receivers, like Tet, like he'll have like 8 targets and like 3 receptions or something like that. I'm like, what's the disconnect? He's like 6'5". Like like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is he missing him? Is he overthrowing? Is it just like tight coverage? Like I don't know
Maybe
exactly what it
eventually he
is.
goes to like Arizona, man. Because after watching like Kyler Murray this week, it's been like are they even practicing together? Him and Harrison Jr. Like they're like the routes are like he's throwing it at the dirt. I'm like, are you guys even on the same team? Like
Dude,
what is going
there
on
there
here?
there have been some plays where I've watched Marv like there was a play like last week or a week ago, and like he hit Marv open, no defender for like at least 10 feet, and Marv like it's like he was looking at something else. Like when the ball like hit him, it hit him in the hands. He got it. He looked around, and then like he dropped the ball, and I'm like, dude, that's bad. That's
Yeah,
like really bad. So
yeah. The
I don't know
chemistry over
what it
there is
is.
weird,
I
man.
don't I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Something funny that happened in one of my fantasy leagues. Marv dropped a pass against the Seahawks last week, and it was like egregious. And like immediately, a guy in that league put Marv on the trade block. Like it hit the chat, and like everyone was dying. It was like, dude, this guy, man, he's just ridiculous. But he caught the touchdown later in the game, and that was, it was good. It was tight coverage. He caught the touchdown, so I think he has all the talent. He went to Ohio State, who's really good. He was really good there. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It could just be like a mental thing, for Marv.
Yeah. No, I think it's Murray, man. Collar, I think the new COD drops in November. That's probably what he's thinking about. So
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. He's like, yeah, yeah,
he's been looking
yeah,
at just all the hype videos
yeah.
for
All
it.
the hype.
He
He
already
probably has
pre-ordered.
early release, like stuff. He's
That's
probably because
true.
I think last year was the first year he got a sponsorship with like Call of Duty or something. People are just like, oh, they want to talk about I played the game too
That's
much, but
true.
like
He's probably
here I
testing
turned
it.
it into. He's probably
He's probably testing it, dude. You
that
know?
is insane, man.
He's
That is
out there on the
insane.
field and he's like, oh, he forgets that he's a professional football player. He's like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah, like
damn.
that. It's just something he's really good at, and so he's just, I'm really good at this. It makes money, but I don't like Love it, love it. I
That's
like it.
that's the thing is like if you're like a obviously like if you're in the NFL, you're a competitive dude. Like, how do you tunnel or how do you not tunnel? How do you kind of are able to split like hobby and just because I'm thinking obviously it's a hobby for him. He's not like a professional gamer, but like he
No, he's a
probably
professional gamer. He's a professional.
oh he is okay. So that's
He's
what I'm
like
saying.
been
So
he's
how do
been with
you
like FaZe Clan and like all I've seen him and like Bronny James like do things like it's just like he's like a pro gamer, I think.
right? So
Yeah.
then that's what I'm saying. So if your main focus isn't football all the time, obviously if you got to be a professional, it's not that easy to be a
Yeah.
professional gamer. How does
Yeah.
that not eat? You know, that's like okay. So then can guys be in the MLB and the NFL at the same time and like split the like you know like
Deion
do
Sanders. Deion Sanders,
that's
man.
true, but still, man, come on, help me out here,
I know,
dude.
I know,
Like
I know, I
Murray.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Dude,
uh,
I don't know, man. I think it's just like Kyler really is good at football.
yeah,
I don't think it's always translating to like to real wins. You know, I don't think that. I think the size matters at the pros. I really think it does. I think that might be one of the issues with getting it tomorrow because like he finds Trey McBride just fine. You know, like
yeah,
that's not an issue. But
right.
yeah, for whatever reason he's having an
And
issue. He
granted, I
was good
had
with D Hop. He used to
oh
get
yeah,
he got D Hop the ball, so I don't know what it is,
but I
man.
mean,
I don't
dude,
know.
D Hop, I don't know, he's just another level though, also. So
Yeah, yeah. D Hop was when at his prime he was top two, top
I
three
mean, probably the
receiver.
best catch of the season still. That Baltimore versus I think it was the
Oh
Baltimore
yeah,
game
in the
in
end zone,
Bills,
yeah.
Baltimore Bills game, and
The
he
Hail Murray, whatever they called it.
dude, it was wow, one handed and like
Oh
just
that one. I thought you were talking
yeah.
about when he was in Arizona. Yeah, no, that was he was like reaching for the top shelf.
Yeah, no, this season, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that was a nasty
Yeah,
catch. So,
yeah, that was awesome,
granted, I
man.
mean, I obviously I still think Kyle Murray's a good quarter. I have him in one of my fantasies. That's what I'm pissed off about. He's
Yeah.
not, performing like and
He
maybe it's
never
not
does
his
it. Like
fault.
at the end of the year, like his numbers look like fine. And like when I'm in drafts and I see Kyler, I'm like, that's deceptive. Like
Yeah,
it said he scored 300 points, but it's
right,
just like a lot of those came in like a couple games. You know, it's just like,
right.
and that's
It's
like,
just when you're like in those
oh man.
later rounds and like the quarterbacks that are obviously going to be like high point quarterbacks in fantasy are gone, and you're looking around and you're like, damn, Kyler or
It's like Jordan
Baker or
Love. It's
who or
like,
yeah, or like some random person,
yeah,
like
Bo
Kyler
Nix.
or Dart, like I don't know,
And
Jackson
it's
Dart,
like,
like
yeah,
who,
Kyler, he rushes. And like, that's what you have to tell yourself. You tell
yeah,
yourself that. And it's like, he does do it, but it's just like, it does not translate to a 25-point game, like on the weekly basis. Like,
right,
it just never does.
yeah,
So,
no,
like, he'll just get to like 18 or 19 by the end of the game. And that's
right.
just like how it goes. So
And
it's
I'm like,
like,
damn, that's not what I need.
yeah, yeah. That's not what you drafted a rushing quarter. That's not what you
Right.
expect from a rushing
No,
quarterback.
not at
So,
all.
yeah. All right, we'll pivot sports now. We'll go to MLB. So the playoffs started today. Today's Tuesday, the 30th, and yeah, let's talk about your Yankees, man.
Yeah, man, sad as heck. We took our first L of the three-game series against Boston. I kind of already saw it kind of playing off this way. We talked about it. I was in New York not too long ago, and I was able to catch the Red Sox and Yankees series in New York. And yeah, man, they kind of dominated us in that series. And I'm hoping that's not what kind of happens. Hopefully, we get it done tomorrow so we can take it to Game Three. Thankfully, at least it's in New York, so hopefully, people are showing out
Yeah,
and coming through, and hopefully the bats get hot, man. But it's pretty good. I mean, right now the wild card games are going to be Detroit, Cleveland, Boston Yankees, Cincinnati, LA, and San Diego and the Cubs. The teams that already have spots there are going to be the Mariners. They're going to be Toronto and Philly and Milwaukee. So if we win this series, we'll be playing Toronto, and I don't even think we get
ooh,
past that, man. So
that's
it would
tough.
yeah, it'd
That's
be
tough.
interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting
They
to
have the
see.
best record, right?
Yeah, yeah, they did pretty. They like. I mean, I didn't think that they were gonna do as well as they did, but they do have quite a few really good hitters over there, and overall they've just been dominating. At least in the American League. So yeah, I say I think LA gets through, and I think they beat Philly, which is who
Dude,
they would play in
what a
the
game
second
they
round.
had today.
Hmm.
What a game they had, man.
Yeah,
Back
back
to
to
back
back
home
home
runs,
runs. Yeah,
man. Yeah,
they're
that
just good,
was
man. They're just like a
yeah,
team
they
that's
they are
good. They're
yeah,
just
they're good,
stacked.
man.
Mookie
They are
Betts,
stacked.
Freddie
They're super
Freeman,
stacked.
Otani. Like it's like a stacked
Yeah.
team. Um,
I think Otani, I think did he hit two? Did he hit two home runs? I know he hit one.
today?
Yeah, he hit 2 home runs. Yeah,
He might have. I know we started. I stopped watching after because they were the late night game, but probably, man. I mean,
yeah. I got the alert. Yeah, yeah. He hit two.
there you go. I mean, the guy's he's probably gonna go down as like one of the greatest MLB players. I mean, pitcher that hits that
Oh
well is
yeah,
crazy, dude. Like I think the last one was like what Babe Ruth.
yeah.
Like, so yeah, I think my prediction is gonna be LA gets through. I think the Cubs get through. Honestly, I think it's a toss up for Boston and Yankees. I think
I
we
think the
should.
Cubs are getting through.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Okay,
the Cubs get through,
okay,
and I think Detroit gets through, but we'll
okay.
see. But
All right. Yeah, they won. They did win. They beat yeah 2-1. Okay.
yeah, I think the Cubs are pretty good, and yeah, but I think if the Cubs do get through, I don't know if they beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee was like it might have been Milwaukee, not Toronto. I think it might have been Milwaukee with the best, at least for the National League, the best record in the league. But but yeah, man, I'm hopeful for the Yankees. We'll see. It sucks because it's like we're one of those teams that's like we buy our roster out to be like elite, and then we just kind of choke. I don't know, man, and
Hmm.
it's just baseball is just baseball too. You know, like
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
any day could be anybody's day. You know,
Yeah. That's how baseball. Yeah. That's a
it's
good
just,
point.
and that's the beauty of it, and it's actually fun to watch now because you're like, oh, it's best of three, and then you get
Yep.
into the series, and it's a lot more fun to watch. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the futures look. I think they're still favoring Philly to win the whole thing, but obviously it's really early.
Yeah, you just don't know it. Like it's just like, damn. Like when you look back at it, like in the off season, like, oh yeah, that was kind of obvious. It's like but you don't really know for sure.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
really know.
yeah. I'm not like at my job. I'm not in the office anymore. But I used to always do like the brackets with everybody because this is just like
Okay.
a fun bracket to do. Kind of like yeah. I mean, the most fun bracket is obviously March Madness. You know, you gave like
Oh my God, yeah.
that's
That's
the
all. Yeah.
best. But MLB like it's just so small, so you can kind of get lucky and get all the way through. You know, March Madness you could be done in like week one, dude.
Yeah, very, very,
Like,
very easily. I've seen it. I've seen it happen to people.
you
So,
know, like a random team gets through.
yep, yep. Yeah, Cinderella story type of thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like us, like UCF got through one year. I think when we had like what was that guy? Taco Falls, I think his name was like this huge like
I remember him. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like he's like 9 foot. I actually saw him at UCF one time. Dude is
Oh no
huge,
way.
man, huge. And I don't think he ever ended up playing in the league like
I
officially.
don't think so.
Probably
I
went
don't
overseas or something like that. But
something.
just and I don't think like in NBA. It's like you have to be tall, but you also have to be athletic too. You know what I mean? And he
You
wasn't
do.
like that
Yeah.
athletic. You know,
And
like
you have to have like a certain like I feel like basketball IQ like
right.
that just like translates to the pros. Like you have to be willing to be a role player and like do good at that. And it's like yeah, it's interesting. There are
Mhm.
guys who like are okay in college and they just have these great NBA careers, and it's just like you would never like expect it,
Yeah.
so to speak.
And
Yeah.
that's in any sport, man. NFL is the same thing, or come from like
Oh yeah,
smaller
yeah, yeah.
schools or whatever, and then
Absolutely.
ball out. You know, like this is
Hmm.
how it is. I know we were
Yep.
talking about like Josh Allen last week about that. I mean, he came out of Wyoming, and
I don't think we'll see someone like a Josh Allen again, man, because like teams are so impatient just with like because he was a first round pick, but it's just like he was still a like project, and it's just like for him to have that jump and like what was it like? Was it really year three when it all came together? Like for Josh Allen, I want to say
yeah,
that's a good amount of time for I think a guy to come out and be looked at as a project and then develop into like a true star.
same
Like
thing with Patrick
that's
Mahomes. You know,
yeah, yeah. He was looked at as a project too. Like there were some things that they really liked, but they wanted to clean up some stuff. And yeah, but Josh Allen, I think he's truly like Lamar was a Heisman, winner. Like you could say he's a project too, but I mean we knew there was stuff there. We knew we had to clean up the passing, but he still won the Heisman. So
yeah.
but Josh Allen is truly
Where'd
like
he come out of? Louisville, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Lamar, yeah, he went to Louisville. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just the win now aspect is like I don't know, maybe it's just like money driven. Like obviously you want to sell jerseys and just
Yeah,
put
and
the
it's like
product
you're
out
paying you're
there.
paying these first round picks like guaranteed money that's like, insane, and it's like you want to kind of get something out of that. I will say like there are teams who draft later in the first round. Like look at Jackson Dart. Yeah, the Giants are starting him, but I don't think they wanted to start him that soon. I think they wanted Wilson to give him like a little bit more time, maybe make it halfway through the season before the switch happened, and they just weren't able to get that with how he played, in Kansas City and the 0-3 start. And Dable's like, I want to keep my job, So that's just
You know,
how things kind of happen. But
I think it's unfortunate because sometimes they like mess people's careers up, man. That can
it
probably
does, and that's the other thing. You don't want to break a guy's confidence like early. So it was good for Dart that he got that win against LA, and New Orleans. I don't want to say they're a cupcake matchup, but they're an easier team just based on what we've seen.
right.
And I think New Orleans wins. I think Giants lose their next 3 games, to be honest. But
Yeah.
um, it is what it is. But let's pivot sports real quick. We're gonna touch on some basketball. We're gonna start with the WNBA. So the finals have been decided. We know the teams are gonna make it. It's going to be the Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. The Aces defeated the Caitlin Clark not Lead Fever tonight, and they are advanced to the NBA Finals. So Aja Wilson, 35 points. Good game. The score was 107-98. So yeah, looks like the Aces are just kind of back in the driver's seat. They're back in the finals. They missed it last year. The Liberty won, but they won two back-to-back finals the years before that. So
And I'm guessing, are they
um,
favored the Aces to win
I
this
don't
thing?
think they are. I
Oh no,
would
they're
think that
not.
they're not, but
Oh,
I'll
okay.
look into that. I'll look into that because it just kind of happened. But let me see what
If
that's
if
mean.
they do win, do you, is it kind of like NBA where like you think Wilson would take like MVP for the year?
She's taken MVP. They've already announced it, so she just won her fourth MVP. I
Oh,
want to say
nice.
that's like a record. Yeah, her winning that. So, but yeah, I have to like get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I looked
Just
about
what
like
that would
this
be.
like a while ago. I was looking at like WNBA stats and just seeing how she's obviously the most dominant player in the game right now for
Yeah,
that league, like just overall and everything. So it's interesting to see that if they wouldn't be favored. But yeah, man, it's cool. I'll definitely be looking into this matchup now that it's like the obviously the championship game. That'll be fun to watch.
oh yeah,
As I kind of start soaking like dipping my toes in the WNBA. It's kind of like I haven't really ever watched it too much. Other than I think I watched like a little bit more college than anything.
okay,
Um,
yeah. College was good. College
yeah,
was really good.
so it's cool. It's good that the market is growing for them and the
Hmm.
the overall sport is just growing.
Yeah, there was a big I don't want to say scandal, but just event today. One of the Minnesota Lynx players came out and basically called out the commissioner of them. I've never seen a player call out the commissioner like this. Like she is gonna get fined to hell, but like a lot of players, a lot of fans are on her side. They said that, the WNBA is a great league. They have some of the best players in the world, the greatest fans, but terrible leadership at the top. Just really interesting. If you get a chance, check it out. But I mean, just really nailed the hammer on like the issues that the WNBA has with the referee situations. And that's just like they don't invest in good refs. Like that's kind of what they were saying. The officiating is a bit out of control. They should invest more in that. The players should get more of the revenue sharing, all that stuff. So
Man, that's
yeah,
every league, bro. When my
it
Jets
is.
lose,
It
they didn't
is.
invest
But
in good
from
refs
what
that
I
day.
agree, but from what I've heard, like something during this playoff series was like really egregious with the calling, and so I actually looked into how they decide the rest for the WNBA, and so it's like G League teams, I think in the NBA, that's where they get the refs from for the WNBA,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's just like the better refs, I think they just go on to the NBA, that sort of thing. But
Price
I
pays
even
more.
heard,
That's why, most likely.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure, and then I think I heard something. There's college as well, like there's some sort of pipeline how they get them, but yeah, I saw fans talking about it. It's just like, yeah, like they're just pulling these refs from anywhere. You can't even find them on LinkedIn. Like, you just can't, like,
Yeah.
they're just like no name, no face. Like, it's just like you can't,
I wonder if
terrorize.
because even if you compare, like I bet like men's like NCAA, like a SEC school or like the big division, like I bet those refs make more than WNBA.
Oh,
So it's
absolutely.
always like
And
a
I think
money
you
thing,
told me
man.
last week about the refs. It was you or somebody, but it's just like whenever you have like I think it was someone else that told me, but like in college football, the refs for the SEC teams versus like they'll pull SEC refs for like certain matchups, and it's like it kind of alters how the game is like just played or how it goes along. But I thought that was
I know
interesting. I never
definitely
thought about it.
like from like when I refed, like I did have contact with some guys that were like pretty big. Like there was only like two guys that I knew from the Norfolk area that like actually repped in SEC, and then the most of the other ones were like D2 colleges and stuff like upper East Coast. But yeah, man, depending on like what conference you're at, like it's a lot different treatment wise, everything. I mean, like
Oh yeah,
flown out, like hotels paid for. Where other refs that are trying to come up, it's like they'll pay your game, like your fees for the game, but you still have to like front the cost of travel and all that type of.
travel
So
to
you're like, it's a grind to get up there, you know. So I
okay.
get it where, I guess the players here are like upset, but you got to see the other angle. It's like people are gonna go where they want to like make money, and if you're like
Yeah.
an elite ref, you're
Hmm.
gonna opt to go to where they pay the most money. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
definitely,
I actually want to know like how much like the elite refs like get paid, and it's like it's crazy because we don't know a lot of these guys by name. Like
yeah.
we just kind of see their faces, maybe
Well, it's
we
probably not in the
recognize them from
millions,
here
but
to
it's
there.
probably like at least like 100 grand. I'm gonna say, or more, maybe a little bit
I
more.
guess.
But then on
Do you
top
know
of that,
any?
like
Do you know any refs like by name? It's like you just like know their name, like they're just like that regarded. Like I
uh,
do. I'll share my experience after you, but you first.
no, I just know them by face, man. Like, and
Okay.
especially NFL, like I know them by face, but yeah,
They
not
all kind of look the same too. Like I don't know what
yeah,
it is. They all like no facial hair for the most part, just
right,
very like
yeah.
same builds. I feel
They
like they're
only hit
just
arms because at least in
yeah, like
NFL,
they all wear the same. It's a uniform, so
yeah,
it's just like very like like the guy from it's tough.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, for
I'd say
sure.
that. But I'll speak on my experience. So in the NBA, I do know one ref. Like not know him, but just like I'm aware of his presence. Like when the NBA has a big game, they call him in, and it's like Scott Foster. Like I don't know if that name rings any
Yeah, it
bells or like
does
you. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah,
But he's like they used like the nickname is like the extender. Like whenever it's a series, it's like kind of going where like they need like
he
the
moves
underdog
lines,
or
man.
someone like dude he moves lines, man. Like
Yeah,
there are matchups. It's like Chris Paul. They're just like him and Chris Paul have like a beef of
yeah,
sorts, and it's just like any game that he's officiating with Chris Paul, it's like these are how like the spreads go or how things kind of just like go, and it's just
yeah.
interesting how like impact refs like really affect the
Well,
game.
people
So it's
don't
like
think about that, but it's a huge aspect of the game. Like, if you have, at the highest level, you got to think everything has to operate at the highest level. Like, it's not
yeah,
just the players, it's not just the coaching, it's like also the refing, the prep. Everything is at the highest level. So it makes sense. I get it. From the view of, in the WNBA, if they're like, we're at the highest level of our league, but then this
mhm.
aspect is not at the highest level, that kind of sucks. But, hopefully they can address that because it definitely impacts the game and just who wants to go out there and you're like, it's shitty refing, they might not even give full effort, or whatever. It's going to impact probably
Or
the overall.
they miss
They
things
miss
like
stupid
you
spots.
remember
Yeah.
that lockout from like 2011 in the NFL, and we had like the backup refs, and it was like horrendous for
Yeah.
like 3 weeks. And I remember like it just got like it changed the out how games like ended and
Yeah.
everything, and guys were like, dude, we can't it was over, like whatever issue they had, it was like resolved like that fourth week or something. Like people could not stand that. That was insane.
Yeah, no, and thankfully we have like, I mean, I don't know how WNBA operates as far as like, fouls with replays and stuff. I don't know if they do that, but obviously in the NFL you have a lot more time to correct things than basketball in
Yes.
general, So
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Back to basketball. I know we got a little off target with the refs, but for the NBA side of things, today was media day, so all the teams and the new players show up at the facilities. They take pictures, they do interviews, so a lot of funny moments, a lot of cool videos going around. Just you see LeBron and Bronny, at the photo shoot today. You see like just all these teams coming together, taking these pictures, and really fun because you kind of just see like the whole media aspect of it, the things they use in promos, like all this stuff gets kind of taken like today. So yeah, just a day in the NBA that happens, but I believe the league kicks off on the 24th of this month, so October 24th. But yeah, just one aspect of just kind of showing things are gonna get started soon. So NBA will be back in under a month. That's exciting. Yeah, I hope the product is even better. The finals are pretty good. The finals are really good for the NBA. So I hope we can kind of see that level of intensity kind of picked up in the regular season. And just more things like the play-in tournament. I think that was a really interesting aspect to the league year that had been added. But we'll
for
see.
sure. Did Jimmy Butler come out with something crazy, new crazy hairstyle or anything?
No, he didn't. I mean, I know he's been like every media day he's had
Yeah,
something. Like I remember the emo Jimmy
yeah,
Butler
yeah,
was like
yeah. That's
pretty
the
funny.
best, man.
That was hilarious, man. But yeah, I did see something funny Jimmy Butler did. He plays for the Warriors now, and I think someone asked him like, "Hey Jimmy, can you make like a goat sound or something like that?" And he was like, yeah, I think I can do that." And then he's like, "Steph Curry," like that's what he says. He's just like, "That's my goat sound." I was like, that's
That's
pretty funny.
hilarious.
Him and Steph on the same team. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, media day it's like it's always jokes and little clips and things like that you see. So, yeah,
yeah.
pretty cool.
No, it's good to see. Do you subscribe to like the package to watch all the games, or you just watch like Prime
I
Stuff?
don't I have before I definitely have before. I might do it at some point this year. They always have deals at different points in the year to kind of do that, but we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know yet. I don't know, but I do know that they have a deal with Prime this year, Amazon Prime. So I know games are going to be broadcasted on there, and
Oh, bet I have Prime.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, like the production of the NBA games has not been the best. I'd say, like in terms of professional sports, I think they're kind of on the lower end of things, unless it's like a ESPN prime time like matchup. Hasn't been the best, but I think with Amazon coming in, they like to do things at a certain level, a certain quality level. So I think we'll see a better product. And then NBC is also another broadcaster, and Michael Jordan is actually coming back this year to do broadcasting. I don't know if it's select games or how many games he's going to be on there for, but we don't even see Michael Jordan. He's like a freaking myth. So for him to be like an analyst of sorts, I mean, I think he's getting paid 40 million a year to do it is like really
Wow.
crazy for NBC. So
Yeah.
that's going to be just to see his take on today's game, the young players. Like we don't even know what his takes are. We just don't hear from this dude. We just see him on a yacht or like at the biggest games, and he's just like there, like with a cigar, just like
Yeah.
chumming it
Maybe
up.
he'll join the
So
table with like Shaq and Barkley and talk.
yeah,
And
that'll be interesting because I know they are going to be. I think they're gonna do Amazon or something like that. I think last year was their last year doing their thing, but I think they're gonna be on Amazon. But yeah, Jordan's supposed to be NBC. That's gonna be interesting to just see him have an opinion about this stuff because we just don't even know what this guy is thinking about
and
anything.
40 mils like peanuts
That's
to
like
him,
nothing. I'm like, why are you
man.
doing this, dude? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, it's like people that don't have jobs are getting jobs like never before. That's crazy. Like, is
Yeah.
that an economy signal?
Yeah,
Like
seriously.
Michael Jordan with a job, is that a signal? It might
Right.
be.
It could be, man. It's like what entertainment is at an all-time high. Like, so get into
Yes,
the entertainment business, people.
dude. Yeah, that might be a recession indicator, to be honest, man. Michael
We're
Jordan.
in a
Like,
bubble. We're in a
yeah,
bubble.
like
Like,
we're in a bubble. Michael
like
Jordan getting a
people are
job.
making
Yeah,
millions from eating Tide Pods. We're in a bubble. Like,
yeah, we're in a we're definitely in a bubble, man. So.
it's funny.
But we'll pivot again to NCAA college football. Last week there were some pretty fun moments, outcomes. What was your favorite from this past week?
Yeah, definitely that. I mean, like I have a future on FSU to win the ACC, and they lost to Virginia, dude. It was crazy. And then
Yeah.
the craziest moment is the Savages on the sideline that just think it's okay to
Oh my
rush the
God,
field and kill
dude,
people.
insane, dude. Like people definitely got hurt. People got
Like they didn't
trampled
even call the
because of it.
playoff. Like he
No.
got picked, and then they just rushed the field right there.
Yep.
There was like, that's the
Yep.
game. Like, what if there
Yeah.
was a
That was
flag? Like, what if they're like,
did not matter.
they
Did
didn't
not
care,
matter,
man. It
dude.
was just,
Did
it's
not matter.
hilarious, dude. Yeah, so those college kids are hyped out there. Kind of
Oh
reminds
yeah.
me of like that Tennessee rushing the field and throwing the post into the
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah,
yeah,
that was
into the
insane.
river out there or whatever. And
Yeah.
yeah, good vibes. That was a great game. I didn't not the outcome I really wanted, obviously. But another one was what we talked about last week is LSU Ole Miss, dude. Ole Miss came through.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't even check what the over was because Lane Kiffin was like, "Take the
Yeah.
over" on that.
Well,
Like
I don't know
he
if it was a
tweeted that.
quote, but he said like I think at the end it was like
He
she
did tweet something out at the
yeah,
end. I
like she
forgot what it
calls
was.
him daddy, but I'm the daddy or something like that. Like
Something
his
crazy.
daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Something. Yeah. Something like that.
So
Yeah.
it was personal that game, obviously, because
It was good that he was a great sport and he was just like
yeah.
playing along with it, man. Like that was cool. That was
Yeah,
definitely
and I
cool,
gotta
man.
give it to you too, because you called it. Alabama came through, man. They beat Georgia.
That look, man. There was a point in the game it was like 14-0, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna text you about it. I was like in the middle of kind of doing a few things, but I was like, dude, they just play that team like just even since Saban's been gone, I still think Kirby Smart's like 0-2 against that version of them.
Yeah,
So yeah, man.
and then
Yeah,
also
Bama.
everybody was so high up on Penn State to win it all this year. They lost to
I thought
Oregon.
so too, man.
Yeah,
Oregon, dude. I did not
so
think they would lose that matchup. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah.
kind of weird. Like the college football getting kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting interesting, man. So
But yeah, those were really the main focus games. I mean, quite a few, honestly. This weekend was kind of slammed with sports, to be honest. Like,
it was there was a lot going on. Yeah, and yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, Michigan, they were on bye this past week, so they're coming back. That'll be cool. Yeah, excited to see them.
yeah, for sure.
What about what's another matchup you're looking forward to this week?
College football.
Yeah.
Let's see, man. Let me go. Let me look at week 6 here. Well, what do we got here? Um, Man. Well, Penn State should kick through that game. Let's see. Virginia Louisville looks like a good game. 3:30 game. Louisville's
Yeah.
undefeated
Okay.
right now. That'll be another good ACC matchup. And then, no, of course, this is the game that I've been like, is it this week? Miami at Florida State, dude. I was actually hoping
Oh,
that that
that'll be
would be the
good.
only
Yeah.
game that would mess up my future, and it's not. So if they lose, like I probably went to like I had some equity on my damn future, and I'm venting right now. I had some equity on my future. Equity's gone. If they lose this game, the whole bet's gone. I can't even cash out probably at that point anymore.
Okay.
So
So you can maybe hedge this game. Use this game as a hedge.
I don't know,
Go on the
man.
other
I
side.
hate doing that because then it's like, and then I lose more, and I'm like, fuck, like, what do I do?
Yeah,
But
I know what you mean. Well, maybe there's an opportunity to catch the spread live, where it's like just kind of like you could still win everything in the end, but it's an opportunity, like if something interesting happens. But
yeah, this will be a good game, and it's at Florida State, so that's going to
okay,
be
yeah,
an interesting game. They have it at 4.5. I think that's favoring Miami, so I might take that plus 4.5 for
okay.
Florida State. But man,
Is
hopefully
Miami still? Are they still two?
they're on. What do you mean?
Miami, are they? What are they ranked right now?
Three, yeah, and they're
Is it
undefeated.
three? Okay.
They're undefeated. So
Yeah.
hopefully, because if we can beat them, I'm not even a Florida State fan. I'm over here talking like I'm a Florida State. I'm just talking through my bet right now.
Yeah, you're talking yeah, you're
Talking
talking
through
to
my
the
bet,
yeah,
right?
for sure, for sure.
But yeah, if we can beat them, then I don't think we look too bad. The future I think
Yeah.
is still relevant. So, but if we lose this one, it's going to be detrimental. So that'll be definitely a game to watch. Another one looking at actually right here, Texas Tech and Houston. That's going to be a good game. That'll be a really good game
Yep.
actually. So, is
But
Houston?
you were saying about Penn State. I think they blow the brakes off of UCLA. Like this is
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
No,
need to feel good about themselves again. Like
yeah,
they're gonna go
yeah.
crazy. They're gonna
But
go
that's the thing.
crazy.
But I don't know. Like, do you see them
They
as like?
dropped to 7, man.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
yeah,
that's the thing. It's like do you see them still being as like a contender to win
heck
it all?
yeah, yeah. I do,
Right, but they're
I do.
beatable, right? I guess any team is beatable, but you see it like that. I think what it is, you just listen to the hype on the internet too much, and then you just get in your head and you're
Yeah,
like, any days it can be the day that somebody loses. I mean, shit,
absolutely.
that damn Virginia game, man, that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So many memes going around too. It's just like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's like, and I think it had been like a while since Virginia beat FSU.
Mm.
So you're not are you a Virginia fan?
No, no.
No.
I went to ODU and I say I rep them, but like not really. I mean, it's kind of just like they're not competing like that. So,
No, yeah, no. Where are
Yeah.
they? Big 12?
we're like in the Sun Belt.
Oh, Sunbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. ODU. I think they've had a few. I think we actually drafted a tight end from ODU. The Jets did.
Really?
Um,
Did they?
yeah, but I don't think he made it. I think he maybe got into.
Okay.
I think he got into maybe practice squad, but
Okay.
it was like a later
I know.
round, like fourth or fifth.
I know. One of the biggest things like from our school was like our quarterback, Heineke, Taylor Heineke.
Yep.
I think he's a backup, and last year he was a backup for the Chargers. I don't know where he's at right now, but yeah, he was solid. I mean, he started for Washington for a little bit, and I'll never forget that game where they beat the Eagles with him when he was starting. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, Taylor Heineke, man, is a name I haven't heard in a while, actually.
Yeah, he was the same year as me. Like came in, graduated same year. So it's like I didn't know him obviously, but I knew like you just see him,
Yeah,
like out and stuff. So
yeah, that's cool. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, smaller school for sure. I think
Hmm.
obviously. So, I think you're. What is like the biggest game for you for ODU? Is it like you guys play? Like, is it Virginia Tech you guys play?
Yeah, when we beat Tech the first time, not most recently, but it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. That was insane. Like that, like the fanfare from that was
I think I
insane.
remember that. It was in
It was at
ODU,
it was at I
or
think that
was it
was
in the
at
way?
ODU. I think
Was
that
that
time when
ODU?
we yeah that
I
was I think
remember
that
because
was
I was
at
living
ODU.
out there. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was just an insane like because nobody thought that was gonna happen. I think it was like at least 7 point dogs or something like that. But yeah, it was crazy. ODU was like on fire like after that game, like
Yeah,
literally in the most literal sense.
the Monarchs
Believe that.
going
Yeah, the
crazy.
Monarchs, man. But yeah, we beat them. We beat Tech. What was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they fired their coach after that.
Damn,
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty funny.
that's hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know what it is, man. We just have like their number. They've always been favored in every single matchup, at least by 5 points or so, and we just I don't know, man. We just it's something about it, and we just beat them. So
Yeah, it's those small schools, man. Like they just get into I don't know into the heads of people. I don't know, man. It's just weird. It happens, I guess. It happens to
yeah,
everybody.
it's just certain schools just own other schools for whatever reason. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. All right. We'll pivot into our last little segment, and that's our betting preview. Just looking ahead at bets and whether it's futures, whether it's just this upcoming week, things like that that we are kind of favoring. Just kind of putting the vibes out there. But I'll start this one. One thing I like, and I don't think I'm gonna bet this. This is just what I'm kind of feeling. I think the Giants. I think I mentioned lose their next 3 games, and I think the New Orleans Saints. If they lose the next 3 games, that means that the Saints will get their first win of the season. And I think they get it against the Giants. I just look. I looked at the spread earlier, and it was like favored for the Saints, which I was surprised about that. But I really do think they win this matchup, man. I do. Also, like the Denver Broncos, they're 2-2, playing against the Eagles 4-0. I like the Denver to take the spread. Dallas and New York, I'm not touching that game. Unfortunately, I'm just not. It's too close to home, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can touch that one. But you mentioned a really interesting angle about the field goal kickers for Minnesota and Cleveland. I'll just have to look into that game and see if they're even listed for Cleveland because I know there's some matchups where they just don't list the other team's kicker and they'll list it, but it'll be for like total points, not like field goals made. But yeah, I'll look at that because I think that's going to be a field goal game for sure. But yeah, besides that, I don't have like any particular matchup, favorites that I want to call out. But I mean, probably some player props here. Probably can make a nice little parlay. This is the first week for buys in the NFL, so it would be interesting. It definitely will be.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think if I were to take like a little like three leg dogs, like dogs
okay.
parlay, I'd say I think I'm taking the Saints. I think I'm taking the
Mm. Well, the
Broncos.
Saints are favorites. They're favorites.
Oh, are they? Oh
Yeah,
shoot,
they're
man, that kind of
favorites.
messes up my parlay. All right, I'll do Broncos. I'll definitely take the
Mm.
Broncos,
Yeah.
and I definitely take Jags. I know people will be like, "What, Jag? I think they're feisty. I
Okay.
think they could hurt."
No, I can see the Jags. I see that
Yeah,
too.
for sure. And I think, let's see, out of the dogs, you know what? I'm taking the Browns. That's gonna be my
Oh,
my
that's a
three
good one.
leg.
That's a
That's gonna
good
be
one.
my three legger right there.
That's a good the Browns, man. Dude,
Yeah,
it's like it's not that it couldn't happen. It's more just like I'm big on rookies on the road. Like I'm like and going against them. Like that's like an NFL thing. Like I stay true to that. Obviously, there are examples where it doesn't work, but rookie on the road and across the pond. That it just yeah, like it's a
yeah.
lot. But yeah, it could happen. It could freaking
I
happen,
don't know,
man. The
man. I'm
Browns
gonna
could
I'm just
shock
betting
the
on Miles
freaking
Garrett
world.
on that one. I'm gonna bet
It could
on.
be Miles
I think
Garrett.
Wentz gets hurt. I think he gets hurt. He gets sacked
Okay.
a few too
All
many
right.
times. You know.
Do you think
Um.
McCarthy could come in? Do you think that's something that could? No, he's on IR, so
Yeah.
he has to
No.
be out
I
four
don't even know
games.
who their
Okay.
third stringer is, but
I don't know either, man.
yeah, I can see the Browns winning that. I
Yeah.
think that three leggers is nice. I don't know. I don't have it parlayed right now, but I bet it's like plus like Oh
Probably.
no, so at least like
Yeah, for the Browns, yeah, to win that, yeah.
probably at least like
But I don't know,
25
man.
million.
These international games, man, you get unexpected outcomes in a way.
Hmm.
Like I didn't think the Vikings were gonna lose that just because I thought they were the better team on paper, but
Yeah,
Steelers dominated that entire game,
yeah,
for the most part.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think it's also not good to make judgment calls based on like prior week outcomes, man. Like,
no, not really. And then
yeah,
you're just in a different environment, and it's
yeah,
just like the Steelers are like really a legacy team in the NFL. It's like if
exactly.
a team were to go overseas and win, it's like who do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be the legacy team or like the Vikings are good, but it's just like the Steelers, man. Like that's
Right.
yeah.
It just annoys me, man, because I see like Aaron Rodgers like performing well, staying healthy. I'm like, oh, so cool, man.
Do you think he just turns up for these like matchups where like he knows like everyone's watching? Like he's like I'm the first quarterback to from the Steelers to go overseas and win a game. Do you think he's like got that type of stuff in his mind, like just
I
as he
don't know,
goes about his
man.
business?
I could just see him being like the guy that's like just has the headphones in the whole time on the
Wired
like
headphones.
yeah,
Like
wired
I see him wearing
headphones.
wired
I
headphones. I
think that's
see
a
him.
thing because he's like a big guy with the like
He is.
frequencies and stuff like that.
I
He
think I've
doesn't
heard
like
him
it.
say something about the headphones before too, but I see
Yeah.
him as a wired headphone guy for sure.
I can see him
Like
like wired headphones. He has like Joe Rogan on with the podcast of himself, so he can hear himself talk about himself, and he's like listening to
absolutely, yeah,
that.
yeah,
He's got those downloaded, and then yeah, and then he's like, I don't know, and then he's just looking at pictures of you know, I don't know, like the other teams, coaches that wronged him in some way or something, getting
yeah.
all fired
It's like
up.
the Jordan thing, trying to find an
Yeah, the
angle.
Jordan thing. Yeah, has a few like accounts that he tweets at himself, and he's like pissed off. I don't
He
know.
probably has a burner on Twitter where he's like just like
Yeah.
looking at stuff, man.
And I could just
Yeah.
see him just being like I don't know, like just being like the guy that's like looks over and he's like DK, and then they just look at each other and they just nod, like you just
Yeah, just something weird like
just
that.
something weird that's like it's like when we saw like the Hard Knocks and he was like this week he's on the Jets, the Hard Knocks, and he's like, yeah, just this week, he's talking to Zach Wilson, all the other QBs. He's like, this week, just do something that's out of your comfort zone, like sit with somebody, eat with somebody else, be a leader, this, and that. And I'm like, dude, shut up, stop,
Oh
stop,
my
dude.
gosh,
Like
dude.
this isn't like it's just too fatherly for me. You know what I mean? So
Did you watch that Netflix thing with Aaron Rodgers?
which
It
one?
came out. It came out like a year ago, and it kind of like chronicled his overall career, but like they definitely touched on moments in season with the Jets and
Oh,
his injury.
I
I
see.
forget what it's called, but it's like about Rodgers, but it's like when he went on that whole like journey, like with the plant medicine thing or whatever he's
I
into.
haven't seen it. The only ones I've
It's
seen is like the quarterback series, wide receiver series.
I watched those. Those are really good. I've watched all
I
of that.
started the Dallas thing, like that Dallas documentary, or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I
And
started. I haven't finished. I know it's really
yeah,
good. I'm gonna finish it
yeah,
soon.
it's pretty dense. It's like something you definitely have to like watch. You can't like just hear it in the background or whatever.
It's called
Um,
Enigma. It's called Enigma. That's what
Enigma.
it's called.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
have to
I
watch
checked it.
that.
Checked it out because there's a lot of Jet stuff in there. You watch that whole season. You see behind the scenes. You see his like. I know you remember at one point in time he's like, I'm gonna come back from this during the season, and it's like ramping up and like the recovery and like his mindset. Like, I think you would like it. It's a lot of Jet stuff up there. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I clown on him, but when I hear him like talking like podcasts and stuff, it seems like ever since like because he got into that whole thing with like he became like the anti-vax guy. Remember like
yeah,
back in and he was like
yeah.
huge with that.
He
And
was. He said. What did he say? He's like, I'm immunized.
yeah, yeah, he's like said
immunized. He
something
said,
weird
I'm
like oh, yeah,
immunized,
like
and
yeah,
everyone's like, okay,
yeah,
yeah. And it's like the whole time this dude was like,
yeah. That's probably the thing. That's why probably it didn't work at the Jets because Woody's like, hey man, like I'm the vaccine guy. Like, what's up? Why are you talking crap about my product? And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah, man,
So it
yeah.
just didn't
Amongst
work.
other things, dude. Like, I mean, when
Yeah,
you watch that documentary, the Enigma thing, there were like moments in there where he's like clearly superseding Salah. Like,
yeah,
there was this moment where like Salah was like at the podium, he was doing some speech thing, and then Aaron kind of comes in there on crutches because he's already been hurt and everything. He just like controls the room, and he just like sees Salah off to the side, like he's not even the coach. It
yeah.
feels like Aaron's like so.
Well, you
I
got
don't
that
like that
vibe.
stuff like
Yeah,
that
you
because
got
you're
that
just
vibe with
undermining
him.
authority. I didn't like that, but that's the
No.
vibes.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
mean, you got that
vibes.
from even when he was in Green Bay, and they just were like, no, we're not going to deal with that.
But Aaron like had earned it in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had earned it. Like he was just like
But
the
still, it's
guy.
like the same thing as
Yeah.
like I don't know, like I have like bosses at work, and I might have the same like knowledge level,
Yeah.
are like the same expertise in something, but they're still my boss. So if I like diminish them in front of other people or new people or
Oh yeah,
whatever,
yeah. I
like
mean, he thought he was bigger than the program for
right.
sure. Like
So it
he
kind of
thought he
like
was.
kind
Yeah.
of ruins the. It's like, all right, dude, like this is like understand like you've been in the league, you have a Super Bowl, you were MVP, like you have a legacy or whatever. You're gonna be a Hall of Famer one day, but we have these young guys. We're trying to build something. Like they don't need to just look at you like, oh, I only trust what Aaron says. Like Salah has to be the guy. Like he's the coach. He has to set. So like try to help him out. So yeah, I didn't like that. I think he respects Tomlin more. I say he doesn't do that shit to
I think
Tomlin.
he doesn't. Yeah, I think that's a huge factor. I think Tomlin, like his like pedigree in the NFL is just like, yeah, Rodgers has won the Super Bowl and he's done these things, but like Tomlin has like managed to just do things with rosters that it's just like, like
Yeah.
I always said, like if they start losing, like you see that friendship kind of like erode. You see Aaron say things, but like you haven't heard Aaron say anything like publicly, like real crazy, like he did with the Jets or with the Packers. It's like he's in line with like
No,
this
I think he respects
organization.
Tomlin a lot more,
He
man. I
does.
think I think he saw
Yeah.
Salah as just like a new coach. Obviously, his first time as head coach, and he just
I mean,
kind of
he
gave
invited
him
his
that.
best friend to play with him like it was nothing. It was
Dude,
like,
it
yeah,
was
make
like
that trade.
he
Yeah.
brought Allen from
Lazard, he
or
brought
Lazard,
Lazard,
sorry, Lazard
Devontae.
from he brought
Yeah.
it was another guy he brought from Green Bay, older dude. What was his name?
Was he a receiver?
Uh, Not
Got to
Romeo.
be a
It
receiver.
was a receiver, but man, I can't remember. Old cat, but
I do remember the guy from LA
mhm.
that was over there in New York, and I remember like he like called him out like really bad in front of the media. I didn't like that. I didn't like how he kind of like, just shitted on him.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, but he
I
ended
forget
up
his
like
name.
just getting whatever he wanted, and it was like
Yeah, just what I'm
weird.
like,
And
dude, you just like forced like the
yeah,
the Jets to trade for Devontae Adams, like mid season. Like I had someone tell, like, you remember the video reveal where he like it was like, aha, like Adams is here, and it was like
it
they had
was
a
at
whole
the
like
it was on
freaking thing.
the McAfee. It was like
Yeah,
in the
it was
back
on
of the
McAfee.
McAfee.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was, dude. Yeah,
he comes
yeah,
on. He's like,
that
"Look
that
who's
was
here!" You know what I mean? It was just I
that
don't
was
know, man.
insane, bro. That was insane. Man traded for his boyfriend. I don't care what anyone says. That's what happened. Like
Yeah,
that was wild. Like
yeah. And I heard because I listened to like New York radio and like different podcasts from there, like and that you could just like Sala. They had Sala on, and they're like, yeah, like. Should he bring back Zach or this and that? And he's like, you could hear the frustration in his voice. He's like, man, it's I don't know how to please you guys. Like every weekend, it's like you could hear the stress of like he's
yeah,
losing. Probably gonna lose his job. The franchise hates him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm trying to please too many people, and it's like you can't
yeah.
go in with that aspect. It's like, no, this is a team. It's my team. I'm gonna run it how I want to run it, and you kind of have to go in with that mentality or whatnot. And obviously, he just didn't have like that whole, like just like I don't know that presence maybe that people took him serious or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. It's just like I thought he was like serious, but like he had people undermining his authority, and that was, and I feel like when that was happening, he didn't like, at least on camera, he didn't go out of his way to like assert that that dominance, and so the people that were doing it thought it was okay. Like Aaron, he's like, I'm gonna continue doing. I can keep pushing buttons,
And it
and
was probably because of Woody,
he got
because
him
it's
fired. Like he
ownership. I think
definitely
it's
got
because
him
of ownership,
fired.
because I think that's kind of the whole thing that played out in like New England with like Garoppolo. Bill wanted to go that direction, then Kraft's like, no, you're not going that direction. So it almost like
Yeah,
sets a tone of like, whoa, like my job
this is.
is like I don't have say actually. Like this is
Yeah, exactly. It's like
like I
you
have
do
say
to a
until I
certain
don't.
point, but not with this, and that kind
Right,
of just like it sets a track of like this is how things are actually gonna go. Like
right,
you can't really do anything you want to do. So
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
yeah. Bill refers to him as the owner of the Patriot. Like that's like he wrote a
yeah,
book, and it's like a book about his whole career, and his name's not mentioned once. Robert Kraft. That's
yeah,
crazy. Like
yeah. No, for sure.
that is insane, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was surprised he was at the roast, the Tom Brady roast. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I think his beef is more
with
with
Kraft.
ownership.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's more with Kraft, to be honest. Like, yeah, him and Brady, they have their things, but they like hugged at the end of that game where they
yeah.
played in the sea. That was the weirdest hug I've seen,
I
bro.
mean,
Like I've
Bill
never seen.
Belichick's so weird, bro. Like
He's so weird. He's
he's
so
so
weird. I remember
weird.
he and I was like, dude, that's
Yeah,
not like not even a real hug. I don't know if he even
yeah.
felt like.
He's like
I don't know what he
he's
felt.
like a I don't know. He's like a stepdad you have or something, or like a uncle that like every time you like come up and he's like, hey, and I'm like, dude, I know you for like 18 years. Why do you
Yeah,
keep
it's
treating me like
what?
I just met you? like, like
That's definitely the vibes,
why are
man.
you
That's
being
definitely the
weird right
vibes.
now, man? Like,
Yeah, and
Jesus,
then
we don't have
randomly
to
he
hug
just
if you don't want to.
yeah, it's like we don't have to do this, man. Like we can shake hands, we can do other things, man. We don't even have to do that. But
Yeah, literally.
then randomly, like in his 70s, he just decides to start dating this young girl. That's
Yep.
like, and he brings it to the around the family, and it's like it's even weirder now. Like
Yeah.
like just how do we not talk about this?
Yeah.
Like
Like I think she's younger than his own son. Like, which
I
is like,
think so. Yeah, she's younger than us. She's
yeah.
younger than us, man.
Wow.
Which is that's
It's crazy.
that's
Man.
his own thing, man. So that's interesting. But it
Crazy
is what
world.
it is. Bill Belichick, William Belichick, man, that dude.
That guy,
Billy.
man. He'll definitely go down like as a guy, like in history, like this guy. I remember that guy, man. It's crazy.
Dude,
And
I'll
I don't know.
never forget that presser where they asked him about social media and he was like Insta Snap. I don't know if you remember that, but
Oh
he was
yeah.
and like he definitely does things on purpose. Like I know he knows like what he's doing. Like he knows what that is. But
Yeah. No, it's funny, man. It's crazy seeing him like college too now. Like,
dude, it is, man. It's so funny. It's funny seeing him sit down and talk with certain like him and Randy Moss like having a conversation is hilarious. Like because on paper you wouldn't think those guys could have a conversation, but like
you know,
yeah,
I'm
this
surprised.
just
Like, I would think like some team in the NFL would have still wanted him, but nobody wanted him. I guess.
dude. I there's a report that was like he Kraft like blackballed him. He was just like, don't
Mm.
hire him for like for jobs or things. Because I believe what you believe too. And then you have to think of it like you hire Bill Belichick. You like he's used to having all this control and all this stuff. Like, how does that even work? Like, do you want to deal with that? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
but
That's true. Yeah, maybe some.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Teams have done more desperate things. So.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how worse can it be with Belichick, man? Like, I don't know. I know he wants to get those wins to beat Shula, but I don't know if that'll happen. We'll see. I just don't see him in college for forever. I just don't see that. But
You're saying you think you see him back in the NFL?
I think if the right opportunity opens, I think it's the opportunity where he can play the Patriots twice a year. I think he takes that.
Yeah.
I think he takes that. Like if the Miami job opens up, I think he looks at
That'd
it.
be
It's
hilarious.
warm,
That
you
would
know,
be
he gets
hilarious.
that would be funny, man. It's just the roster is,
Yeah.
is, is definitely a problem, man. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see about that. But all right, I think that's kind of unless you had some college bets or some MLB bets, I think that's
No, not really, man. MLB is like so tricky, like right now. I mean, obviously, you know, you can take a series bet. I would say, like, I'll probably still. I don't know. I'm not looking at it right now. I don't know if the Yankees are dogs tomorrow, but if they are, I'll probably hit that.
mhm.
Just because I think they,
They've got to
you
be
know,
favorites. Oh no, because on the road. So
no, it's at home for the Yankees, but I'm not sure. I don't have my book
okay,
open right now, but yeah, I'd say just looking at wild card is kind of early, man. I mean, the good thing though with this is like you can kind of set a nice little, get a nice little equity if your team does. I mean, one of these teams has to go through, and it's like
yeah,
one of these like Seattle, Toronto, Phillies, and Milwaukee, like those four that had like the higher seed. Not all four are gonna go through. I think somebody knocks one of those teams out, right? Like LA, I think LA is a good bet to go all the way. And
yeah,
I think
I
I
agree.
think a little sleeper is the Cubs, man. I think a little sleeper is the Cubs,
Okay, all
but
right.
we'll see.
That would be interesting.
Yeah,
But I mean, as far as MLB goes, I mean, I would probably take the Yankees the next game and just whatever that is, however many runs they're supposed to win by. I would probably take them, to be honest.
yeah. Actually, a great bet like I found to be pretty effective all MLB season is to always take the runs on the. So usually it's like you look at money line, and whoever's favored will be minus money, right? But
Yeah,
their over under on runs will be plus money, and that's actually a really good bet. It's usually like let's say if the Yankees are favored, the over under will be like they have to win by minus 1.5 runs, so 2 runs,
yeah,
and that'll usually be like plus 180, plus 200 sometimes. Like it's pretty good money, and it hits the most often, and it's just good because in the long term, obviously we're in postseason. I don't think it's a great bet right now because you don't have the volume, right, to like actually
hmm
do it over time. But over time, people out there that listen and like sports bet consistently, like you have to hit some dogs, like you have to hit some plus money bets to
you do,
actually
you
make
got
money,
make money. Yeah.
long term. So that is like somewhat effective too in hockey as well. But as we roll into
Mm.
that season soon, I'll definitely start looking at stuff over there.
I think like my angle, and I probably won't place any like bets on MLB the playoffs. It's like hitting the overs in games where um maybe it starts off a little slow. Maybe you get to like the top of the third and nothing's happened yet, and then you kind of like take that live. I think that's a strategy. But for teams that you know, like LA, like for example, like that. I mean, a lot of the matchups today were low scoring, but I don't know. I didn't look at the box score for the Dodgers game, but yeah, I mean the first like two innings, like LA scored, at the bottom of the first, and then nobody scored until the home run started coming in the bottom of the third. It's like there could just be an opportunity. I don't know what the total runs were set at, but what I've seen from LA, like they're gonna light the scoreboard up like at some point. So
No, yeah, I mean they have some hitters over there, man, for sure.
yeah,
Definitely a
so
big offensive team.
yeah, so I don't know. I think the overs could be an angle. I mean unders can too, but you just gotta kind of have to understand the just the landscape, a bit better to bet it because I think most of these are probably set at 7.5 or 8.5. To start
Yeah, I did
runs.
have a good run like this season with, so I would live
You,
bet like
I think you told me about this like in the seventh or sixth or seventh
like
inning
in
you
the
hit the under.
seventh top. Yeah, I would just take like the under like on
Yeah.
most of the games because a lot of them were just like if it was 3-1, it just end 3-1. Like it would just end
Mm,
whatever the score is by that time. Like usually like
it's gonna
yeah,
stay like that.
because this
Yeah.
it's like just a flow, especially if you have like your home team winning
And
because
they're up.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they
because then it'll
closed it
end at
at
the
the
top of the
top.
ninth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you
and
don't
so
even
you
have that
kind of
many more innings to go, or that many more
yeah.
bats to go.
And
So
especially if you think that team is definitely just a bad team. They're not gonna come back. They're not gonna really
yeah.
put that much of an effort in. And you can get
And if
those.
they
Yeah.
got like that team has a really good closer, I mean, odds are they're most likely not going to get anything,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, as long as you hit over like 60, 70%, man, you're making money overall.
You
So
are. You are. Yeah, I've executed that strategy a few different times. I think when you told me I tried it, and then just in general, like I'll watch like scores and like I'll parlay that with like two games and like go a little bit higher than whatever they have listed to kind of like parlay it for something that could potentially come in. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, if you have the discipline to sit there and really like, because it's true, like watching games and being able, it's what messes me up is like, because you can watch a game and really just, if you have a good eye for just, you understand the game and you understand like everything that goes on, you can kind of see like, oh man, this is a good, like high probability game, or just like the flow of the
you
game is
see you
going
start seeing
somewhere.
the pattern recognition just
Yeah,
in general. You're like, okay, like I know like okay, let's say like it's the fourth or the fifth, bottom of the fifth, and it's 1-3, and now the runs are set at like 9.5, and it's just like it could have gone up from like seven or whatever. It's like how these things kind of go. You see the pattern. It's probably going under 9.5.
yeah,
And you just like you've just seen it enough times, and it's like the casual will be like, oh no, but they're scoring. They're gonna keep it up, and it's like they're
nah,
probably not. But then there's also that scenario when it gets too low. It's like they're gonna get some hits and
yeah.
get some balls and then they get on base and then that turns into
Which that works really
runs.
well in college football, man. When like the first half, like if like the opening
Mhm.
line was like a 57 or something like something higher, and then like by half it's only like 14-0, and then it just goes crazy low, like
Oh
29.
yeah.
I've seen it before. Like it's like, dude, I hit that over, and I'm like, most of the time that's gonna win because they come back. You got to think like if you haven't played football before, sports like when there's breaks, like the coaches are trying to rile up the troops, like they're in the
Yeah,
locker
that
room,
it's
like
a
yo,
very
wake
real thing.
up,
Like
like
people think like, oh no, nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna score. But like,
yeah,
dude,
man,
no, dude,
yeah.
like penalties, like it's not even garbage time, so you can't even say that. But it's just like just at some point something's gonna break. It's a game of attrition for
Yeah.
one, so it's gonna happen. A good example of this is I was watching the Houston and like the Texans and the Titans game, and really low scoring game throughout. I think about the third quarter, I checked in live, and it was like 3 or 6 points were scored, something crazy like that. And I think live it was like 22 points was like the score, and I was like over. This game is good. I think the final score was a 26-0. Like like, but it was just like, and it was all Texans, and it's just like, dude, that was so easy to call. Like
Right.
like just that's the NFL. Like even if it's a bad game, these teams are gonna score over 20 points most likely. Like that's just how
Yeah.
things are gonna happen.
Nope.
I think even that Browns game where they won against the Green Bay, I think that
23.
game. Yeah, exactly. But I think it got so low at one point. I think I saw it almost like in the teens at one point, and
Which
I
is
was like, oh,
crazy.
this
That's
is
crazy.
going. It's gonna go over this. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't care if it's 4 field goals. It's going over. Like
Yeah.
there's no way. Like the NFL doesn't even want. They will call the penalties and
Right.
they'll put you at the in the red zone, and then you got to figure it out. So
Yeah. No, definitely.
yeah. But yeah. So it is what it is. I just saw an article that said Tyreek Hill he plans to play in 2026. So
Oh.
yeah, his surgery went well. That's pretty interesting. So I mean, I definitely think he'll try. I mean, I think
But you
he'll.
didn't say for what team.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Maybe the Chiefs.
Yeah, maybe the
Like I don't
Chiefs.
know. Maybe the Chiefs. But all right, that wraps up today's episode of Sports Frequency. Christian, did you have anything you wanted to add before we
No,
close out?
no, not at all. I think, yeah, just let's get it. Let's get it this week. Let's stay locked in with these bets, man.
Yeah, man. I hope they cash. So yeah, definitely. All right, everyone. We are out.